Yo, Wazam. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Gamer Section podcast. You dig? I'm Kano. That's K Mega. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Let me go ahead and let him do the intro properly because he'll give it to y'all live.
Oh man, what's going on, everybody? K Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405, where we're talking to the intelligent gamers. We're the regular gamers here. I kind of did it a little different than I do it on my channel because this isn't my channel. This is my boy's channel, Kano. And so anyway, we're ready to do it live, and I'm ready to have a good time, man. It's just us, so
Yeah.
I don't know if he can handle it. I don't know if he can handle it. We're gonna get into it. I might get. I'm gonna try not to be. I'm gonna try to refrain from being messy today, but we gonna have a good time.
This dude. So you high five now. You see. I just can't handle it, huh?
I said you might not can handle it, but you know what I'm saying. Listen, I'm gonna try to be on my best behavior today. It's a Sunday, it's the Lord's Day, all that. So I got to be on my best behavior.
This dude here, he's always. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, this dude always start with me, but I end up finishing it every time. But anywho, though, you feel me, man? This dude here. This podcast is
Hmm.
sponsored by Dub Energy, man. If y'all like the great tasting energy drinks, yeah, there's something nutritious, something healthy, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit the link in the description for Dub Energy, man. The whole what it is promo code is at the bottom. So if y'all want to get y'all a discount, man, y'all go ahead and hit that in the description, man. They actually got some good flavors. They got cookies and cream. They got some strawberry. They got some sour Patch Kids flavors. They got all types of flavors of Dub Energy. So make sure y'all go ahead and get that, man. I'm telling y'all gonna love them. And y'all gonna definitely rock with it for sure. You hear me? Link will be in the description below. But anywho, K Mega, aka L Mega, that be losing to me in games. What games have
That
you?
means that means legendary to you, sucker. Keep going.
Nah. That's lessons. You learn the lessons against me. But
Oh my goodness.
anywho, yo, like I said, K Mega, that's my brother from another mother. You know what I'm saying? We gonna joke around like this all the time, so it ain't nothing new. So anywho, man, what you been playing for the week, man?
Man, I've been losing my mind playing Street Fighter 6. I went ahead and finally got done doing the hit the streets mode,
Mm-hmm.
every mission. The only thing that I was left not to do was the last cry. It was kind of like some novel thing, and I only got two of those endings to get before I
Mm-hmm.
have everything in hit the streets done. I got all the characters maxed out, got everybody's like move set so I can for my avatar character.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was no life in that, and then jumped on another title, another single player title. You know what I'm saying? Had a good time playing that for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm looking forward to really running more on that.
I feel that. I feel that. And then speaking of Street Fighter Six, like that mission, okay, because I played the like when Street Fighter Six first came out, I played the heck out of the single player campaign, and
Mm-hmm.
there's gonna have. I know they're gonna have more to it. I know they're gonna continue to add to it. And the way I look at it is like Mortal Kombat should take notes from what Street Fighter Six has done because it's like you can expand on the story and make it more worthwhile. But we'll see how what's the next fighting game for NetherRealm Studios. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that next game
Oh,
is,
yeah.
which is rumored to be Injustice 3, which I hope it is because we haven't had Injustice in a minute. Um, hopefully it'll be a phenomenal game. I can't wait to play that. But
Yeah, no
uh,
doubt.
for sure. For me, what I've been playing for the week, I've been playing a game. I can't say what it is. I'm under NDAs. I know we can't talk about it right now until the 8th. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah. Yeah, when that review comes out, and then we'll definitely talk about it more and more on the next on the not the next podcast, but the following podcast. We'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that game is I'm gonna say it's dope. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Also, I finished Call of Duty Vanguard. I don't know why people was like trashing the game. The game was actually pretty good. It was a solid story. I don't know why people was going off about the game saying it was terrible. That made no sense to me.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I didn't even start the story because everybody was talking so bad about it. So it's really good, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a really good. It has some sad moments in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil it. You know what I'm saying? But it has some sad moments. But it was actually a pretty good story. I don't understand why people was trashing that. And then also I was playing Call of Duty World War II, and to me, I feel like that was a solid game. You feel me? I'm kind of like catching up on the other Call of Duties I haven't got a chance to play yet. And mind you, I was playing on Game Pass. Game Pass.
Game
Um,
Pass.
but like I said, I finished up 007 First Light, man. Phenomenal game. I see why it's up there for Game of the Year contender for sure. And on PlayStation, went back to Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, and played the game called The Occultist. That review's coming soon too. So, yeah, that game right there is just it's trippy, man. It's trippy. It's something that you wouldn't want to play, K Mega.
Well, yep. All right. Enough said.
Yeah, because you'd be like I said, it wouldn't be no jump scares in the game. I didn't get no jump scares. It's just like you'd be like kind of like I don't know about that. You feel me? So yeah, y'all gonna see when that review drops for The Occultist. You know what I'm saying? Because that game's already out, so I could talk about it since the game been out. So I could talk about that reviews and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely playing some games over the weekend. And yeah, and NBA The Run, I've been playing that too. You know what I'm saying? We are going to be playing. Matter of fact, K-Mega, since we are having something coming up, next weekend, go ahead and announce to them what we got coming up, man.
Finally, we're going to be doing community night. Well, it won't be community night. It'll be community afternoon, but right after, well, maybe about an hour or so. I don't know if we're going to be doing it right after we do the podcast next week, or if it's going to be an hour or so afterwards. We'll be finally doing community night, and we're going to be playing Halo 5 from my understanding, and I'm looking forward to it. I love Halo 5. If anybody knows me, they know how much I covet. That's my favorite Halo next to Halo 2. And so I'm looking forward to it. Get some runs. See if I got some rust on me, but I'm definitely going to get the juices flowing and get to getting back into it. So yeah. I might have to carry these clowns. We're gonna see what's happening though. But we'll have a good time though. But anybody that wants to come and join us, please do. You know what I'm saying? And maybe y'all will be holding us down. So, you know what I'm saying? I know a couple of people that love Halo 5 as well. And if this gets out to them and they interested, man, come on through. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring back the glory days. It's going to be fun.
This dude can't make a hater, bro. But anywho, you feel me? He carried nothing. I hold my own very well. I'm a good shooter when it comes to shooting games. This dude's a hater. But anywho, we definitely gonna be doing community night, man. Playing some Halo 5, man. I believe it's gonna be after the podcast. We'll see how everything goes. We're gonna definitely be playing, get some running on the game. I know we all rusty because we've all been playing other games outside of Halo, and we know that Halo Combat Evolved comes out next month. We're gonna be getting some running in that game. But from what I know is, it don't have. I don't think it got a multiplayer on Halo Combat Evolved. No, it don't. It actually don't have a multiplayer. It's just a single player aspects of it. But I'm still gonna play it, and I know it's gonna be a fire game. They're using that Unreal Engine 5 to the core. So, yeah. Hopefully, they don't take too much out of it, but hopefully they, coexist it and put more of an oomph into that game. If that make any sense, they make it worthwhile. But anywho, man, let's go ahead and dive into the show. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude K Mega, he has to learn his valuable lesson down the road of L's and games. But anywho's, you feel me? Let's go ahead and talk about GTA 6, man. All right, so the pre-order announcements came out on the 25th about Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's $80 for the standard edition, and I believe the $100 is the deluxe edition. But with the deluxe edition, they kind of put some stuff behind the paywall, like some extra missions, some tattoos, and all this other stuff behind the paywall. And I don't really know what to think of it in that sense. Like, should I be mad or should I not be mad? So I'm gonna let K Mega speak his piece on it. I'm gonna speak mine.
Yeah, no, for real. I think you should be. I think all gamers should be upset about this because, okay, this is really going to boil down to, especially for content creators. Either content creators is going to get exposed for lying to their fan base, or they're going to stand on business. Because again, when we look at a lot of content creators, when they talk about games that they do not like, I mean, I'm just going to take it back some years. For the content creators that are not big into fighting games or the racers or anything like that. But back when it first really kind of appeared was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And that was the first time that we ever really got to see characters that was already in the game. You had to buy them. You had to purchase them. And the community was in an uproar for it. And that's me. I mean, listen. Yeah, and I still bought the game. I mean, I was excited. I wasn't a content creator back then or whatever, but I mean, I'm a fan of fighters, and so I did find it odd for the very first time. And when I started reading the articles, I was like, you know what, that is a hustle. So now we fast forward to look at this, and really, the standard edition is the $100 edition. And that to me is the biggest problem on that. Like the CEO of 2K Games said, like, listen, they felt like their product was good enough for it to be $100. A lot of people scuffed it off. They laughed at it, thought that was impossible, and here we are. And so they're giving you a bridge gap to get the $80 game, but FOMO is always going to, especially with a game like this. I mean, I'm seeing indications that this game is already on pre-orders. This game doesn't come out until November, and this game is already, from what I've seen, hit it like 30 to 40 million copies already sold. Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not, but that is insane for a pre-order. So that just shows you that there's a lot of people that do not care either way. And I don't know if that, and to me, I feel like that sets a bad precedent for how us gamers, how we look, and how this industry is trying to nickel and dime us. And it just only makes it seems like that like there's going to be other studios, there's going to be other companies that's going to try this tactic. Yeah. And the whole thing that's going to, when it's come about, is going to boil down to is that where people are going to say, well, hold up, you didn't have this, you took the L for Grand Theft Auto, why you can't take the L for us? Mm-hmm. So again, that's what I'm saying. It's setting a bad message to the gaming community overall, because everybody knows that Grand Theft Auto is one of one, but it still doesn't make it right to accept that. So yeah. But I mean, I'm excited for the game. I mean, I'm getting the $100 version. I mean, it is what it is, but I can't sit here and bitch if another company does it. You see what I'm saying? Because this is a litmus test on how us as gamers are going to affect the rest of the industry. And I know that this Grand Theft Auto has the pedigree to do it, but we also know that there's going to be other companies that's going to do it as well.
Facts. I have to agree with you on that. I know I'm going to end up getting the $100 version myself, because, like I said, I don't feel like paying the $80. Then you still have to pay some more money behind a paywall. So we'll just go ahead and get that $100 one at the end of the day. And I don't agree with it at all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is showing a little bit of anti-consumerism in a sense. Doing that because they do this to a lot of these games to this day, and it's be under the radar, and people don't really like think about it in that sense nowadays. But when you look at content creators over here hyping it up and trying to defend the price point of Grand Theft Auto 6, to me, I feel like it's blasphemy. I'm not gonna say names off of who I've seen, and I've seen some people that was defending it on YouTube, believe it or not. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't agree with it being $80, because you could sell more at it being $70. $80, you're still gonna sell a lot, but you're not gonna get a maximum strong of a sale if it's $80. Like if you look at I'll give you an example. If you look at Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, that was like $80, right? Do you think that it sold substantially well? No, because we're in a day and age, and like I said, I'm not trying to use no politicalness into the podcast, but I'm gonna have to speak it on it right now. When you look at games being at $80, people understand that people don't have the money and the luxury to be paying $80 to $100 with these games right now. $70 is cool, and that's even hard right now because we're going through a massive amount of inflation, chip shortages, all this other stuff. And I'm gonna speak on it later about this PS6 and Project Helix, and I'm standing firm on my beliefs on it. I still don't think we need a PS6 and Xbox Helix right now. That's just my personal opinion. But when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm hyped, but I'm not really hyped for it because we just only seen 2 trailers and screenshots. We haven't seen any gameplay. We haven't seen, a substantial of a wow factor within the game. The only thing we saw in these trailers is graphics. That's it. And I just want to see what they're going to bring to the table within the game. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, this is day one. This is game of the year. I got to see more. I'm not going to, I know it's Grand Theft Auto. I know it's Rockstar, and I know it's a big game, but still in all, I got to see more. I want to see gameplay. I want to know when that next trailer is. Now, again, when it comes to the content creation of these, and I'm going to tell you like this here, quote, content creators, supposed gamers that say they really play games, which we know they don't. They just play. They just doing everything for
Mm,
clicks and views. Um, I just say it like this here: the same people that's hyping up and defending Grand Theft Auto 6 as okay, you're too cheap and you're broke to um not buy the game. From what I heard from one content creator, I ain't gonna say the name, right? This
mhm.
is a situation of blasphemy in the gaming culture, and this is a sense of a non-gamer that's talking, that's just doing things for clicks and views. Now, what I would like to see with Grand Theft Auto 6, they said that Grand Theft Auto Online for GTA 6 is not going to be available when you first play it. It's all about the story and what you're going to get out of the story, right? And that's what we're going to be playing anyways from Grand Theft Auto 6 is the story. But the people that probably bought it or pre-ordered or probably was expecting to play the online first. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And a lot of individuals are mostly just going to understand that it's just the story for right now. GTA Online, we don't know when that's going to come out. And personally, for me, I just care about the story. I don't care about online, bro, because the online they be on a whole nother level of bullcrap on that game. I know when you play it on
yeah.
online, I know like Mega, I know when you play GTA Online, right, and when you do like a heist
Mhm.
mission with somebody, then after you immediately after you're done with the mission, they knock you off and kill you on the game, and then they
Oh
take everything
yeah,
you got. You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
So, I don't knock people that play online. It's just the online that's not for me. I just care about the story. That game right there, GTA 6, that seemed like it depends on how the story is. It seems like it'll be more like a one and done game for me. Like I play the story, beat it, and I'm moving on to the next game. You know what I'm saying? So to the whole $80 price point of GTA 6, and $100 price point, I strongly disagree with that. I think it should stick to the $70 formula, and then this gonna be a whole domino effect for every game being $80 from this point forward. And we already got high consoles right now, and consoles is not selling like that. That's gonna be harder for gamers to gravitate to what's going on in the gaming culture. So this is what I want to ask the next question. Do you think that we are on a verge of a video game crash?
By all indications of how everything is going up in price, yes. And how everybody's trying to nickel and dime us, yes. And so again, this is where where we get these messages from certain people that keeps telling us that
Mm-hmm.
um, services are not sustainable,
Mm-hmm.
but all of these corporations are going more into services. Case in point, we just talked about this last week about the Madden college football MVP deal, where it's a subscription to get
Yeah.
both games.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, again, and then you look at like with things with Nvidia, doing how they're operating, how they're treating the PC community that helped build Nvidia, and now they're saying, hey, we got GeForce now. Go ahead and pay a subscription for that because if you got big dollars, then you can go ahead and you can buy the memory and you can buy our graphics cards and things of that nature. But for right now, movies, like, you know what I'm saying, like AMC and other movie places all over the country, they
Mm-hmm.
have subscription services to where you can pay every month to go to the movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when people keep, and like when you look at Netflix, like how many times Netflix is supposed to have been dead and gone, right? And then Netflix comes back and is better than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Subscription services is the key, and they want you to be in a position to where, I mean, hell, in cars that's coming up here in 2027, they're gonna charge people after a couple of years into your lease of the car. They're gonna start hitting you over the head with subscriptions for services that's within the car. So
That's
what?
bullcrap.
So again, when people sit there and talk about game, yeah, like people, what these corporations are trying to do is make it to where people don't own anything, and you just keep paying a fee for everything. So if you got that, and then they keep raising the price of video games,
Mm-hmm.
and you keep raising the prices of consoles. I mean, we'll get to be talking about the Steam machine here in a little bit. Those are the things that's unsustainable because people don't have that type of income, especially when you look at food, gas, all these other things, utilities, everything else is going up. People's rent, mortgages, all that shit, insurance. the least thing that's the most important to you, even though everybody wants to have some sense of entertainment, but what's more entertaining to what is more sustainable is then like you could go and rent something for $20-$30 a month, or let's say from $20 to $30 a month, and then you got access to this whatever that it is source of entertainment, or you're going to be paying $100 for a video game, or you're going to be paying $900 to $1,000 for an upcoming PlayStation 6 or for a Project Helix. It's just people are going to be looking and judging with their wallets, and it's like the industry is trying to force the gaming community to go that way. But in reality, it's going to get to a point where they're going to burn out a lot of people. And there's going to be people that say, you know what, I'm only going to just pay for these few services right here for these services. And I'm not even going to, right. People are already starting to dial back. So, and if you keep charging more, then people are going to start thinking and going elsewhere. So there's a potential to where they may be trying to force us to go into a lifestyle of everything as a service, and we could just pay to play or whatever, but it'll eventually harm the industry because they're being too damn greedy. So I think we're on the cusp of it, and us gamers, we're going to have to start making some decisions. But when they sit there and they drop games like Grand Theft Auto 6, we contradict ourselves. But honestly, as much as I love Gears, as much as I love Halo, as much as I love Call of Duty, as much as I love Tekken or any, Virtual Fighter, you are not getting $100 from me for that game. You're just not. I don't care how much I love them. You got me for Grand Theft Auto, but you ain't going to get me for other games like that. It's just not going to happen.
And that's going to be a domino effect of all these games now selling well, hitting the millions of consoles. Like if you look back at like the 360 PS3 and beyond that, when the prices was a lot cheaper, a lot of games sold in the millions. Nowadays, you can't even get a game going past 4 million. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's Grand Theft Auto 6.
Right.
At this point right now, it's just like we're having too many like hands in the cookie jar of them trying to make more money, especially with Sony with their live service stigma they still to this day trying to do, and they're going to probably continue to do into the next generation. Live service games to me, I feel like it's dying out. The reason why it reached this peak back in 2020 is because of the pandemic. That's why I said pandemic, not pandemic, a pandemic. But let's just keep it all the way being. Let's just keep it real, right? We're in a day and age that we have super high consoles going into the thing near thousands. The Steam machine up past 1,000. The next project, the next PS6 or Xbox is going to be probably in the thousands. And with their games possibly being the standard copy, probably going to going up to $100 down the road. People don't understand, and I always say this. I'm going back to politics again. Y'all voted for Agent Orange, so y'all got what y'all voted for at the end of the day. And it's gotten even worse since Agent Orange came into the office in that idiotic Congress, whatever. I don't, like I said, if y'all voted for him, that's y'all. That's just how I feel. But at the end of the day, our money, it goes to bills. We have to pay bills monthly. We have to pay our grocery bill. We have to pay the light bill. We have to pay the cable bill. These services. It's too many services out there, and the services is going to start even dwindling even more. So if these platforms continue to go up in prices and continue to go up in prices as far as like consoles and games, you're not going to get sales. You know what I'm saying? The sales is going to continue to decline, and your platforms are still going to remain on the shelves. Like, I'll give an example. I was at Walmart the other day, right? And I went to go look at the gaming section. You know what I'm saying? The section where all the games are set. So I looked at the Xbox Series X, still fully stocked Xbox Series X's and X's and S's and all that in all the games. Went to go look at PlayStation, fully stocked with PS5s, digital, the Pro, all that, and all the games are still stocked up. And same thing with the Nintendo Switch 1, 2, and all that too. Still fully stocked. Nobody's really buying the games and consoles right now because of how high everything is right now. People are putting more of their priorities over the gaming space. And believe it or not, same with all of us over here at the GamerSection. We're putting our priorities over the gaming right now because, what I'm saying, it's a serious situation right now because we need the money for our livelihood. And with them having chip shortages and with them going up in price with the consoles and games, don't do it no justice, and your game is not going to sell well, and you're going to wonder why your game is not selling well. It's because of many factors of the financial standpoint, because people don't have the money to be paying $80 to $100 of your game. That's just the fact of the nature. You dig what I'm saying? Like if you
Hmm.
would put the game at like $50, your game gonna sell off the store shelves in a heartbeat. $50, going back to the original Xbox, PS2, and GameCube days, $50, man, that was a beautiful time when them games was that price, bro. Now it's $80, $70, $80, and then almost $1,000 for these consoles. That's not a good look, man. That's a bad situation, bro. That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
No, I feel you 100%. I feel you 100%. I think that the whole issue behind everything is, um, and I think that's what's hurting the gaming, not gaming community itself, but just gaming all the industry, is the fact that there's these corporations that's now starting to set high expectations, higher than
wow.
normal expectations, so they could have these excuses to say, well, we need to charge more, so if we're selling less, then at least we can recoup that money that we spent on this and that and the third. And when you have all these people bringing up these weird analytics, it these people are already most likely people that are making six figures or multimillionaires, you know what I'm saying? That don't even really care. It's all about just the bottom line and the money, and not about the joy and love behind the game. Like when you get more and more people that aren't gamers
Mm-hmm.
that get into this industry, we are going to start seeing things that be implemented that's going to hurt the industry instead of benefit it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're in a new era. Like a lot of the old heads that we grew up and we loved and admired for their work. Like, I mean, you still got like maybe Kojima and some others, but for the most part, a lot of these people have already, if not, retired. Some
Mm-hmm.
has already passed on. You know what I'm saying? And so now we're getting, and so those people that we admired and things like that, and us growing up, these
Yeah.
people are already like in their 60s and 70s. You know what I mean? Like, and so we're in a whole different time where um it was kind of like with the situation with BioWare, where they were trying to help learn and teach the new up and comers on how to code these games better and more efficiently.
Yeah.
And a lot of them didn't want to do it, or they didn't have the passion for it. And so now we have AI here to help do it. But then yet, I don't know, man,
Did you see we
we're
complaining
just in some
about that
different
stuff?
times, and we'll just see where gaming lands.
And this is
Hmm.
another thing that
Yeah.
I,
So
that, and
it's
this
just
is another
different.
thing. Oh, can you hear me? I want to make sure
Yeah, I can hear
y'all.
you. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. I'm trying to make sure. All right. Another standpoint on gaming too is also a lack of creativity when it comes to certain games. Like if you look at this generation, we've
Mhm.
gotten mainly Metrovania, Souls-like games or roguelike games, survivor-like games, free-to-play games that's really not doing what it's used to do, and we don't see the creativity in developers
Mhm.
like we supposed to see it. We've been seeing more of I want to make safe games that you think that's going to sell, but in actuality, the same style of games is not going to sell well because us as gamers, we're going to create uniqueness, create originality, create a diversity. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, like the type of games that I play
Mhm.
personally outside of the games that I review, I like fighting games. I'm a big fighting game head. I'm a big on single player games. I play shooters. I pretty much play anything but RTSs. You feel me? I don't like real time strategy games. That's not for me.
Mhm.
You dig? But if you continue like as a developer, if you continue to create the same style of games and trying to play it safe, people are gonna be like, okay, it's not original. Okay, it's corny. I'm not gonna buy the game. You feel me? If you make something that stands out and make something that's unique, then okay, yeah, people are gonna really gravitate to it. You dig? If not, it's not gonna work. All right. Like I'll give an example. Elden Ring. Ever since like Elden Ring came out, and Elden Ring is still one of the top tier games that ever came out. Now everybody want to try to chase that trend to of seeing what sells. I do you one even better, Ubisoft, right? And I'm not as big as a fan of Ubisoft as I once was compared to back in the PlayStation 2 original Xbox days, because we had a diverse lineup of games outside of that. All right. Like you remember when Ubisoft had the Prince of Persia and all these other games and Splinter Cell and all these other
Mhm.
games that really came out that was like, wow, that you would want to play the game. Now it's like Ubisoft is a shelf, is former shelf, because they kind of like are really banking on Assassin's Creed heavy, and you don't see much of Far Cry like you once did, and you know what I'm saying. And you see a lot of Just Dance, and the question I still got to ask Ubisoft: who's going to play Just Dance on PlayStation 5 and Xbox? People are going to wonder that. But the point I'm trying to make though,
Yeah.
but the point I'm trying to actually make within the whole ordeal is that we're on the verge of a game crash, yes, but it can have a turnaround if they do it right. You dig what I'm saying? If they do it right by lowering consoles, the prices of consoles, excuse me, lowering the pricing of the games itself, and come up with unique ideas that will do wonders for us gamers, then yeah, people are going to want to buy the games. If you want to continue to spike up the prices in the game consoles and the games itself, and create games that doesn't have an originality to it and just following the trend, you're not going to sell millions of copies of your games. That's point blank. Period. You heard me? And don't get me wrong, the remakes and reboots is
Mhm.
cool and all that, but if you just remastering the same game, like The Last of Us Part One being just a fresh coat of paint, I use that as an example. Then you're not going to sell well. You're going to be more criticized than sold on the game. It's just figurative facts, no fiction, no
Mhm.
point blank. Period. You hear me? But anywho,
Yeah, no, I
you go.
no, well, no, no, no. I was just saying, I agree. I agree on most of everything that you were saying. Especially about the creativity, but then there's a little pushback too, and I also have to say
What
that
pushback?
goes from.
Pushback.
Well, no, no, no. I'm just talking about well, the pushback was about, okay, so there has been creative games that's been out. Like, I mean, look at South of Midnight. You look at Hellblade 2. I mean, there's been a lot of games that's come out, but the problem is that those games hasn't sold because, and this is where I'm saying on this end is that
Yeah.
us as content creators and also the part of the gaming media, they hold, like, see, if South of Midnight was a PlayStation game,
Oh man,
it
you
would get
started
the
something.
same love. Bro, no, I'm just being honest.
No, no,
If
no,
South of
no.
Midnight was a
No, what I'm saying is
yeah,
you start you just
yeah.
got me started on what I'm about to say after you about to say it. Go ahead, continue on. Go
Right,
ahead,
right,
yeah.
right, right. Like, I mean, if South of Midnight was a PlayStation or Nintendo game,
Yeah.
uh own game, that game would have got way more praise than what it deserved.
Yeah.
Even though it won all these awards and everything like that. And so then and then you would have content creators that would bootleg, even if they didn't even care about South of Midnight or cared about Outer Worlds 2 or any of these other Xbox type of games. That's what's killing the creativity, is that because if you do have a studio, or if you do have a company that is trying to make the efforts to go and make something different, unique, even if it's
Mhm.
not for everybody, it still should be praised to a degree. Even if, let's say
Yeah,
that
I
if
agree.
I'm trying to think of yeah, no, I'm trying to think of a PlayStation game. Okay, like man, it started with a T. A little, it's like a little indie game. It came to Xbox
Oh,
eventually.
you talking
Or let's just talk
Keisha,
about
Keisha.
Kena. Okay, Kena for a second. Kena, yeah, yeah, that game, right? Okay, so like when we talked about that game, it was like a game like, I'm not interested in it, but you know what? I hope it does well. I think that this game has a potential, and I'm glad that it came to Xbox. You don't get that from a PlayStation content creator when it comes to an Xbox game, unless it eventually comes to PlayStation, and the only thing it's going to say is that, oh yeah, finally Xbox is so much in trouble that they got to give their bullshit games away. And that right there is also giving the indication that, like, well, I guess this game might not be good because it's
Yeah.
so-called coming from Xbox, even though it wins all these awards. And I mean, it happened with Hellblade. Think about the praise that Hellblade got when it was in a PlayStation exclusive compared to Hellblade 2, that it was too short or it had too many puzzles, and it was a story game only because it was Xbox. That's the difference. And that's what I'm saying is, like, right now, the one, there's other companies that's doing it. Like you got Capcom that's rolling, but they're bringing back a lot of their sequels, that beloved sequels that people like, right?
Yeah, like
Or people been
Veronica.
asking for the most part. Yeah, like Code Veronica and stuff like that. But then you look at something like I'm trying to think, like I don't know, there's other studios. I just can't think of them across my mind that's bringing something unique to the table, and they're getting some kind of praise. But if it's not a PlayStation or a Nintendo game, or if it's not something that, I'm saying, that the media is not praising, then it's not getting the attraction that it deserves. And this is the reason why we have what you were bringing up, which I 100% agree with, is that we're only getting the same thing over and over and over again, and that's gonna drive games gamers to sit there and just say, I mean, okay, I've been here, I've done that. And then when those sales go down, then what? Those studios was going to start getting layoffs because they didn't meet expectations, when
Mhm.
only thing you should have done was have those studios do something else, or put those games on ice for a while and let another studio bring back an old classic or start something new.
Right,
That's what should happen. But
right.
this is where we're at right now.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and add on to what Mega was saying. All right. So, and I agree with Mega
Okay.
was saying. So let me go ahead and say this. All right. And Mega, we could call it like we see, it's fanboys, man. The fanboys is on a whole nother uproar. It's obvious. You feel me? So
Right.
let's
Right.
go ahead and call it for what it is, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all a true story, and this is facts I'm gonna say. About 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we was trying to bring more people into the gamer section team. We went to LinkedIn to try to, like, get professional people to join the team. So we was interviewing some people, you know what I'm saying, and a couple of them was formerly of IGN. I'm not gonna say no names, not gonna put the business out there. And from what I was told, a lot of people that works at IGN don't even play video games. You dig what I'm saying? And this is me being real, I'm not sugarcoating it. It goes to show that when it comes to fanboyism, when it comes to gaming media, they don't play games for real. They got people on the team that play the game and put the script together, but they don't really play the games. They don't even know what the game is about. Like how, how people criticize Aisha because she's not a gamer. Well, a lot of these
Yeah.
a lot of these individuals that's in these gaming media outlets don't play video games for real, and you can't even ask them what was the last games that ever came out for Super Nintendo, or what was the game that everybody wants from Squaresoft. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever heard of Brave Fencer Musashi? Have you ever heard of Mischief Maker on
Mhm.
N64, or Bomberman Heroes, or even Pokemon Anthem? You know what I'm saying? Just to name a few, right? And they can't give you an answer. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these supposed outlets in gaming media don't even have the knowledge in the gaming history, and they don't even play games. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
when it comes to the whole nitty gritty, man, the main problem of gaming is the supposed media. Like, look at, I'm saying names on this one, kind of funny games, right? Greg Miller, for example, right?
Hmm.
I'm saying the names on this one. I heard one of his episodes. He was dog walking, saying trash talking Xbox to the core, and he don't even play games. You dig? That's just the
Yeah.
fact of the nature. He doesn't play video games. The fanboys that's in the gaming community, you know what I'm saying? We know there's fanboys everywhere. They got Xbox fanboys, they got PlayStation fanboys, they got Nintendo fanboys, PC elites, all this other
Yeah.
stuff, right? But
Hmm.
but you know who really plays games and who don't really play games. If you could check you could just see about the history. You could just talk about certain different things. And I'll give you one more example before we move on. All right, people know David Jeff, right? Everybody
Yeah.
remember him.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I know y'all remember that whole Starfield flack, right? They was getting hell because Starfield wasn't coming to PlayStation. David Jeff,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, he plays everything. You know what I'm saying? He played, I believe he beat Starfield. You know what I'm saying? And this PlayStation fanboy went on there and was trying to complain about the game, but he didn't even play the game and he didn't even know what went on in that game. And David Jeff put him on blast in the midst of it. I don't know, it was like a few years ago.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. And right then and there is, I don't like, when you look at the devs and publishers, they really gotta see and really pay attention to who really plays these games out here in the gaming community, who doesn't. Because there's a lot of fanboys that's in this gaming community don't play games for real. They just play social media, just to hype up their preferred platform. And the reason why some of these fanboys want to be in this gaming community, because they want to feel like they're a part of something. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody. We, like I say, Mega, he game and I play video games. We know some people that's in the gaming community. We know that play video games, but there is a lot of people that's in these communities, these supposed gamers, that they need fanboys because they want to feel a part of something. They don't really want to play the game for real. They just want to feel like they're a part of something. And that's just from what I see. You know what I'm saying? I know Mega might not agree with me. He might agree with me, might not agree with me. You heard me? But that's just what I see. But at the end of the day, I play games for my enjoyment. And the game I'm playing, I ain't gonna say what it is, but the game I'm playing right now, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. You feel me? So that's just me. You did.
But yeah, no doubt. I agree. I'll just make my last point on it to piggyback on is just like, it is. I think when you break it down, that is one of the biggest issues. It's like when you go and you look at the comparison of old gaming media shows compared to these now, and I'm not saying that all gaming media personalities are, they all hate or don't play games, but some of the biggest names or some of the content creators out there that has, and I mean, I get it. Like, content creating is a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? And even if you even have, you have a team that can help you edit and do things or whatever sort, but you still have to keep going. You got to keep the grind going. And then, like, if you're doing as much, you doing more content creating than gaming, then you're setting yourself back in the sense of being a real gamer, and that's what you're getting paid for from the community. But people listen to you because you may rant and rave and this and that. Like, I mean, there's a one particular guy that sits there and constantly rants and raves, and he'll go and try to play some extra games to try to show that he used to be a political content creator, and then he jumped into the gaming space. A lot of people know who I'm talking about when I said that. And so then, but now, like, when he'll play a couple of games and then people see that, like, oh, this dude ain't really gaming like that, but he still keeps his audience because of whatever reason. So again, I mean, it is what it is. Like, if the people in it are entertained by the bullshit, then I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, the people are going to have to start making a change on what the standard. We got to start making changes on the standards. Like, if we as gamers and a lot of people and content creators, we contradict ourselves way too much, and the gaming media has always been the same since 2013. They have always showed their dislike and their displeasurement with Xbox, been wanting Xbox to turn into Sega ever since 2013. And so and I don't think that we'll ever get back. And then also this last point on this, you have to look at what the IGNs, and IGN owns so many smaller gaming media publishers, and the person who is the head of IGN now is a former PlayStation marketer. He was part of the PlayStation team at Sony. So what do you mean that, like, there's conflict of interest for sure? And people say, well, we don't like the crumb side, or we don't like this, we don't like this type of rhetoric, but you constantly bring the rhetoric. So it's right there in our face every day, all day. And until people get away from it, we're still going to have it. So unfortunately.
Look, and let me give one more example, right? And K-Mega, I know you're going to vouch for this, what I'm about to say, right? G4 TV. All right.
Loved it.
So the second run of G4 TV was trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. The second run of it, but the first run was fire. Now, I know y'all remember that term, sexism in gaming, right? That whole farce debacle, right? When G4 TV came back on the second run, I believe they could do one more run. I think they could do it right if they really get it together, if they were to bring it back. But the gamer section is better than G4 now, so I say it like that. But anyways,
damn.
But anywho, you know what I'm saying? the people that they put in place of that, the only person I know of that really is a gamer from that side when the second run through came around was the Black Hokage. Shout out to him, right?
Yeah.
But Adam Sessler, he admitted that he's not a gamer for real, and he was just there for a job. Morgan Webb, she's actually a gamer. She worked at Blizzard back in the day, after G4 had closed down. That's what people may not have known. But that's the prime example of a gaming media spectacle that a lot of them didn't play video games. Like I said, at the gamer section, we're considered a gaming media outlet. But the difference is we actually play video games over here. We love video games. We grew up on video games. I've been playing video games since I was 2 years old. You feel me? So K Mega, he's been playing the game for as long as he's been playing. And shout out to Sinister. I know Sinister's not here. He's a gamer. He's been playing games since he was a youngin'. You hear me? So at the end of the day, though, we're gamers at heart. We love video games. We just want to see gaming in a better space than what it is right now, because it is actually on the verge of a crash debacle, and it's a bunch of bullcrap behind the scenes when it comes to bullcrap outlets and fake gamers. That's really ruining it for gaming in a sense, because I believe developers are listening to the fake gamers and the bullcrappers. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion, but we gonna go ahead and move on, man. We're gonna talk about Capcom briefly. We gonna talk about the spotlight, the games that we had saw, and the top two games that really caught my attention the most. That's definitely the Onimusha Way of the Sword. I definitely am gonna put that day one. What K Make say? I'm on it. I'm on it. You did
own it.
Yeah, so I'm definitely excited about that. And Resident Evil Veronica, which I was reading rumors about it, it's supposed to be like February 2027 for that. So I'm definitely excited about that, because I definitely like Requiem. Requiem is up there for Game of the Year, but Mega, he don't want to play that. That's a shame, Mega. Come on, man.
What'd you say? What, Requiem?
Yeah, man, play some Requiem, man. Come on, man.
I still got to beat 7. I still got to beat Resident Evil 7, man.
Now,
and then after that, I gotta jump to 8. So yeah, Requiem can come later.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this here. 7 has a little bit of more horror to it. 8 has more action to it. Requiem has a bit of mix. I'll just put it like that. 8, you ain't gonna jump in on 8. On Village, you're not gonna jump at all. You feel me? 7, you might have a few jump scares, yeah, but 8, you're not gonna have any jump scares. Requiem, you might have.
I will jump on 8 just because of, what was her name? Lady what?
Oh, you're talking about the big-breasted woman, the tall, big-breasted woman.
Yeah. Talk about the thick evil chick. Yeah,
I call her Lady Thickness because she's thicker than a Snickers.
You call it, yeah. I'll play 8 for that, but I got to be 7 first. So I got to, and I'm only going to stream 7 so people can see me go through it. So I need to jump back on it.
So I can get a good laugh.
Yeah. Oh, you can get a good. Yeah, you can get a good laugh. You get a good laugh. But I like streaming it with my wife. But you know what I'm saying. But I know I'm gonna have to stream it more often. So instead of just streaming it like once a year. But yeah.
Shout out to the Mrs. Mega over there.
So yeah, but you'll definitely get a good laugh.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely can't wait to see the laugh. But let me ask you this. Okay, did you play Silent Hill 2 remake?
I played Silent Hill 2. Yes, I played. That's when I used to play Silent. I used to play scary games like crazy. I played Condemned. Like Manhunt wasn't really scary, but I mean, like that was all in my wheelhouse back then. Yeah, it just changed. It just changed. Like I think that was my last Silent Hill though, because that scared the shit out of me. So I was done. I think I was done then. I think I was done. Yes, Pyramid Head had me on one.
Yeah, now I see why you don't want to play ill. I said, now I see why you don't want to play ill.
You said what game?
I said the game ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you cutting out. I can't hear you. Oh, okay, there you go.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, you was cutting out.
Yeah, my fault. That game ill, that's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't playing ill. No, they can move on with that. That's you, brother. That's you. That's all you.
All right. This is what I'm gonna do. Because I like to play my games on a tough difficulty. I don't like playing on easy. I like a challenge. So, when ill comes out, I'm definitely gonna stream it. I'm gonna stream it myself. You feel me? on the gamer
Okay.
section.
All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? But anywho, back on the Capcom subject. You know what I'm saying? But Resident Evil Veronica, I definitely want to play, and I definitely want to play Onimusha with the sword. I wish they would have like some DLC for Pragmata, but we know that's in development, and I know they're doing some DLC for Resident Evil Requiem. But and also, you know, they had some with Monster Hunter Stories 3 and Monster Hunter Wilds DLC. That was pretty interesting. Let's see what else. Only games that I wish they would have actually had shown that would have excited me a lot more. And I know they're gonna do another Capcom spotlight later this year around Tokyo Game Show and stuff like that. That would have been dope if they would have had a Beautiful Joe, that they would have had Dino Crisis, they would have had another Devil May Cry game, especially Devil May Cry. Man, we need another Devil May Cry. We ain't had one since like Devil May Cry 5, and that's what 2021, 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that. Yeah, 2021, 2022, something like that.
Yeah. But all in all, it was an okay show.
No. Maybe I think it was earlier than that. Like 20. I think it was like what 2018, 2019, something like that when Devil May Cry 5 first dropped. I think
I might be thinking about the special edition. That's what I'm thinking about, the special edition, because it did come for sale.
Okay, yeah.
Because they did do that, because they just dropped the one for the Switch 2. I know that for the Devil May Cry 5 for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like, well, they I know they're gonna remake Devil May Cry. I should say you don't even need to remake it. Just go do Devil May Cry 6. You dig? And if you're gonna remake it, just do a whole new reboot and give Dante a fresh new setting. But don't make it like DMC Devil May Cry with Ninja. I think it was Ninja Theory had created that one. It was okay, but it wasn't the best one. I say like go back to what made Devil May Cry fire from the original one from back on the PS2. You know what I'm saying? But make it in the modern setting. You know, but other than that, though, like I said, the whole Capcom spotlight thing, it was like a 3 out of 5. It was all right. It didn't like wow me. It did have some snooze, falling asleep moments there, but another key thing too that's exciting too is Street Fighter 6 with their new Yasmin character and stuff like that. Then their new characters that's coming in Street Fighter 6. That's actually pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? That makes me want to get back into the Street Fighter 6 again.
Tough. She looks real tough.
Yeah. I definitely can't wait to play that whenever the DLC character drop. Definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, man, what about you, Mega?
I need to. I did not finish the game. I did put some time into it, but looking at the Dark Rising, you know what I'm saying? Like I was the Dragon's Dogma 2. I seeing the DLC for that has got me a little bit more excited to want to jump back in and beat that game. So like I said, like that's kind of like how I do it. If I something that catches my memory, I'm like, oh yeah, I did get that game. Like, and I'm going to probably do the same thing with Monster Hunter 3. So I'm definitely wanted to jump on that. That caught my attention. Of course, Onimusha, you know what I'm saying, Wear the Sword. That I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? That's day one. I'm going to play that. And that's going to be a game that I'm going to be locked in. That's it. So, and then of course, like there was,
he's like, I'm on it.
Yeah. I'm on it. Now, I have not played any of the Monster Hunter story games. They do interest me. This last, the Stories 3 look really, really good. I'm a big fan of that look, of that kind of anime aesthetic. So, I mean, but I would need to play the first one and the second one, and I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that yet. That it'll be mostly it's one of the things where I like in December is when I always go back to my older games for my backlog because that gives me time. Yeah.
You say you want to play Monster Hunter Stories?
Yeah, I want to play all three of them. I do. I want to learn this. I want to learn the background. I definitely want to play 3, but I need to play 1 and 2 to get a better understanding.
All right, say less then.
Okay.
But anywho though, yeah. So
but I think the show was good though overall. Yeah.
Like I said, to me it was a 3 out of 5. It's decent, but it's like this. It's like the summer of showcase anyway, because I guarantee you, July we're gonna have some showcases coming up, and August is Gamescom. Gamescom gonna be litty in the city. You hear me? So we definitely gonna be shooting some Gamescom for sure. When it comes to September Tokyo Game Show, you got to be up at about 4 or 5 in the morning to watch Tokyo Game Show, man. I'm not about to do that.
Well, we can catch that. Yeah, we could watch the after effects because I mean, no,
Yeah, nah.
I ain't getting up that. I ain't getting up that early for that. Nah, son.
Man.
Nah.
Nah, like I said, when Tokyo, when they have these showcases and it's like 5 in the morning, we're gonna do our streams like in the afternoon, evening, and we're gonna give our personal opinion about it. I'm not about to wake up that early. I know we
Yeah,
already
no
know
doubt.
Xbox is gonna have their Tokyo Game Showcase. You know, Capcom, they are gonna have it, so we definitely gonna be streaming that. Then the video games. Look, I'm gonna say this too before we get on to the next subject about the video game awards, right? A video game award show is really not a video game award show. It's just basically the only thing I care about when it comes to that show is the upcoming games. I don't care about who wins game of the year, none of that stuff. I just want to know what games is coming out. You feel me? At the end of the day, if you're gonna make an award show, make it an award
Mm-hmm.
show, man. Don't make it just
Yeah.
them showcase the upcoming games. I want to see, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, video game awards, they ain't really a video game awards for real. I just want to see the games. Forget the awards. I don't care who wins game of the year. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
it's a highly hyped like Keeley E3. That's what the VGAs are now.
yeah, yeah, that's just facts. And
Yeah.
and we got something we like to call the Keeley curse because every game that gets announced like as the final game ends up not even happening. Like, okay, this I can name 2 games right off the rip right now. You know what I'm saying? That it's not even happening, and that's Gangs of Dragon. I want to play the heck out that game. You feel me? And
Mm.
because
Yeah.
it was from the same, it was from the people that made the Cools, and they was doing Gangs of Dragon. I'm like, you get to drive cars, shoot weapons. It
Mm.
kind of reminded me of Sleeping Dogs. I'm like, hell yeah, I want to play that joint. You hear me? Then
Mm-hmm.
now the game is
Mm-hmm.
canceled.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, dang it. Then High Guard, High Guard.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like he talked. Yeah, so that was one of them things where you do something for a homeboy, like, oh, I got you, bro. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, talk about my game. You know what I mean? They might have slid him a little bit of paper or something, like, because the way he hyped that up, like, I'm like, oh damn, well, okay, what is it? Then when you see it, I'm like, man, that should have been something that you showed at the beginning of the show. What? Like, I mean, I ain't hating on it, but yeah, then that's gone. Like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah, cause me and Sinister played that in January. We played a few matches, we won, but I'm like, man, this game was a huge disappointment. You know what I mean? Then it's just like, nah, it ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and move on, man. We already spoke about the game crash, but with the Xbox prices going up to 1,000, honestly, I wasn't surprised that it happened. I'm disappointed that it's up 1,000, like dang near 1,000 for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's 1,000, but it's dang near 1,000. It's gonna start on August 1st, but like I said, it's the time of the inflation. It's the time of what we're going through right now. People ain't got the money to be buying them Xbox at that price or PlayStation 5 Pros at that price and Nintendo Switches up in that price range like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not surprised, but I'm gonna speak more on it in a minute. You know, I'm gonna let K Mega go ahead and speak his speech on it.
Yeah, I mean it. We got 4 weeks left. You got 4 weeks left. If you do not have an Xbox or a PlayStation, and I forget how long we got before, or maybe the price already did go up for the Nintendo Switch too. I can't remember, but you
I
got
think
4 weeks.
September for Nintendo Switch too.
It's okay, September for the Switch. So
Yeah.
you got a little bit more time for the Switch too before that goes up. And you got about 4 weeks or so between the PlayStation and I think an Xbox as well. But before those prices go up, so if you're interested of wanting to get a new a second console or a this generation console, you better do it because because this is the sad part about it. This is what sucks. These prices is most likely ain't going to go down like that. You know, you might have to wait till a Black Friday, but it's not going to ever go down to where the prices how they would depreciate to the point to like they would be $100 or $150 or $200 or whatever. That's gone. This right here is just insane, and like I feel for it. It's really crazy because there was people that always used to make fun of us for being the early adopters. But now it's almost seemed like that's the best the direction to go. Like, I mean, again, there will be a point to where this stuff is all going to collapse. Like it's going to fall down. But I mean, but what will the economies and these in all across the world will be at that point? What will the gaming industry be like at that point when everything do go down? Because I just don't see prices dropping to the levels of what we used to know. I think it's just like kind of like with gas. Like I remember, like I'm sure I'm gonna tell my age, but I remember when gas was like 78, 80 cents a gallon when I was in high school. So like,
Dang,
what'd you
man.
say?
You basically, you know how you say you ain't a spring chicken no more, man. You basically a winter chicken
Yeah,
right now, bro.
yeah. Hush your mouth, sucker. Yes, I know. I'm no spring chicken, but
Yeah,
the
you're a winter
reality of it
chicken.
is that like, I mean, yeah, and so like, but I mean, I would just be happy we get gas back down to $1.80. Can we get it? Can we get back into the dollars? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we know we'll never see gas at the level at where we was when I was in high school.
Yeah,
So
because
it's like,
used to be dirt cheap, but now it's like if you go to New York or
yeah.
LA, bro, it's like $8, $9 for gas.
Yeah, I know it's crazy, bro. Like it's nuts. And so
Mhm.
that's why I would never live in those here. I would like to. I like visiting, but never would live in those areas. Not saying that anything's bad, but
Mm-mm.
seeing gas at $7 a gallon, nah, bro, that ain't
That's
for me.
abysmal now.
So that is disgusting. So anyway, but I just so we're at that point in gaming to where well, the only way that you can find a deal like that is if you
Go
like
to the
go to a
pawn shop.
garage sale, go to a pawn shop. But hell, even at a pawn shop, you still not gonna get no 90, no $150, $200 PlayStation or Xbox. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
So it's just it's wild times. But I would guarantee. But I'm telling everybody, if you want to look for a secondary console, or if you don't have one yet, don't wait, because them shits is gonna be $900, man. Eight, nine, it's, you know what I'm saying, seven and $900. And
yeah,
if they do go, when you do have a Black Friday or just a random sale that like it's usually when people are paying bills, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when they have those random sales or Black Friday, they're what, $500, $600. So I
yeah,
mean, it's not like, I mean, that's crazy. So
yeah,
I feel for anybody that, you know, like we being the first adopters and we were the beta testers and all that. I know, yeah, we got clowned for it. We might have to return it and get another console back at one point in time, but we're now looking at it like we won. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we got it cheaper than what people are just that sat there and waited. And there's a lot of gamers that have done that throughout the years. That is waited 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and then they go and finally get a new console, and then they'll just wait for the next generation to do the same thing. I don't think we'll be seeing that anymore. I think everything is just going to be so expensive, or at least for the next, I say for the next 10, 15 years. Because I mean, as long as these consoles are, I mean, they have life cycles for 7 to 10 years. I mean, we might be looking at anything for the next, you know, like 14 to 20 years of these high type of prices.
yep. And I'm gonna explain it again. I blame Agent Orange in that congregation over there, for that bull crap. I'm not gonna
Well,
sugarcoat.
yeah, there definitely need to be regulations. Like, I mean, I said that on my thoughts. I'm like, if people was bitching and complaining about Lena Khan at the FTC for what she was going, and I agreed. Like, I thought that like she overstepped a lot with the whole ABK deal, and I know that some people are looking at it like, well, look at the situation now of what's going on with Xbox with that. But again, you know, that's a whole nother here there type of conversation. But we definitely need more regulation, because these AI companies are they're investing so much money, and it's like they're hedging their bets all into AI.
Yeah,
And if this doesn't work out, this is going to hurt everyone. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation, if you don't give a damn about politics, it will affect everybody if this AI bubble burst. And I mean,
I think it
it's
already
going to hit
has.
hard. So,
I think it already has.
well,
I
I
think
think,
we
go ahead.
starting to see we're starting to see the beginning ramifications of this starting to like unravel. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
think within the next two
Hmm.
years, we're really going to see it on a whole nother pedestal of psychologically crazy that's going to go on. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of chip shortages. There's a lot of different things that's going on right now due to tariffs, the AI, and all this other stuff. As a gamer and stuff like that, a lot of people are not going to gravitate to the PlayStation 6 and Project Helix for 2027. My advice for
No,
them,
not for $1,000.
nah, my advice for them is push it to 2030. And the reason why I say push it to 2030 is because right now people don't have that money to buy those consoles. If you put out a console at that price, you're basically wasted a product on both platforms. So I say, and then not only that, you still ain't maximized the PS5 and the Pro. You still ain't maximized the Xbox Series X and S. You still ain't maximized the Nintendo Switch 2. You still ain't maximized the machine's potential. We haven't seen the graphical infrastructure being fully pushed on these platforms, and I feel like it's too soon to put out a Project Helix in the PlayStation 6. We don't need, and then not only that, we just got out of that pandemic, so we're just now starting to see all these games coming in fruition. So to me, I feel like it doesn't make any sense to put out these new consoles right now. Not only knowing that, and I'm gonna speak on. We're gonna talk about it later on with the whole PlayStation with the live service thing. We're gonna talk about that. They still want to do that. We'll still talk about that. But what I'm saying is though, at the end of the day, people are just probably still getting into the generation just now buying their PS5s and Xbox Series X's and stuff, and you want to go ahead and rush to put out a Project Helix now, knowing that you got a lot of chip shortages, you have to really kind of downgrade the AMD stuff. And right now, I'm on my computer with my 5090 RTX on my joint. You feel me? So at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, it's just pointless to put those platforms out. And right now, the Xbox being going up the price and stature like that, I think it's a bad move. It's gonna make it harder for for people that want to play Xbox to buy the Xbox, and PlayStation doing the same thing too. Because PlayStation gonna follow suit and raise their prices too. It's gonna make it extremely harder for people to want to buy the joint. You feel me? People ain't got that type of money right now. People are focused on paying bills. You know what I'm saying? And people are buying stuff on the PS5 or whatever. They buying it to get a premium edition of the hub.
Yeah. No, I do. You're a fool for that. you're a damn fool for that. Anyway, I will say, but I will have a little pushback on, because I've seen Paris and other people bring that up about that they need to delay the. What'd you say?
Who?
Paris.
Who's Paris?
Paris. Paris Lily. He's on he's up there with, he does his own. He's a content creator. But anyway,
I don't even know.
But
he does. Okay. All right.
Yeah. He does. He's on
kind of funny.
Yeah, kind of funny. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, but I've seen him and other content creators say that same thing, and I disagree wholeheartedly, because I'm telling you this right now. Okay, so there was this big story that came out that was in trading, and this was with Micron, and Micron did this deal for 5 years, and they secured this $100 billion contract for 5 years. So basically, chips are going to go up. They're not going to go down, and their stocks was ridiculous, and now their stocks are falling. So again, the whole scary thing about that is that okay, so if they got this big deal, this big huge conglomerate deal that's 5 years, and chips and things are going to keep going up, because of course this is part of, they're going to want to put feed this into the AI machines.
Yeah.
Into these data centers and stuff like that. They are not going to drop the cost of this stuff is not going to go down. It's only going to go up. So if that's the case, if you want to delay it, then that means you would have to delay it after the 5 years to see where everything is placed. And like I said, the scary thing about it is that we don't know how long this AI craze will be. It could be something that could take off and really maybe revolutionize everything. But for the most part, the way so many people can't stand it, and the way that they're trying to force it down everybody's throat, which also causes people to say, no, hell no, I'm not with it. I'm not interested in it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I want to pick and choose what I want to do with AI, this, that, and the third. Yeah. It's it's one of these things where it's people are going to have a issue with it, and if they keep forcing it, then there's going to be people that's not going to want to participate in it, and that's going to harm things. And if these billionaires, these tech billionaires, if it fails, well, the only thing they got to do is take the rest of the money that they've earned all these years for while they're doing this and go somewhere else, and then everybody else has got to pick up the pieces. And then that means also we'll be seeing the gaming industry damn near fold, in my opinion, because of the fact that there is so much money that, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, because they keep on raising prices. So if they sit there, I agree with that. Like, yeah, there's still more juice in the squeeze when it comes to the Series X and to the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation Pro. Yeah. But are gamers still, there's going to be an exhaustion level at some point of like, okay, now I'm ready for the new thing. And then if you got to wait 5 or 6 years for the new thing to finally come, when people have been talking about Project Helix and PlayStation 6 for that long, you know what I'm saying? Then the esteem of it, the attraction of it, is it going to be the same? And who's to say what the price range is going to be? So you might as well just bring the damn thing out as soon as you possibly can, where we now know that these consoles is going to be around anywhere from $800 to $1,000. Compared to if we got to deal with what's going on with Micron, we might be looking at Steam machine costs. You know what I mean? And ain't nobody buying no console at that point. Hell, I just go ahead and just upgrade my PC all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, like I'm like, hey, bro, like I love my Xbox, I love Xbox, but hey, man, I ain't paying no $2,000 for no console.
Yeah, so that's too much, man. That's too much.
Yeah, I'm not paying $1,500 for no console. So and that's just the reality of it, especially if it's not going to be equal to what I already have in my rig. So I hope I'm wrong on all this information, but I mean, I've been listening to a lot of these tech shows, and of course I pay attention to the markets and stuff like that, and I'm just listening to how they're talking about the chips and then RAM and everything else that's involved. They just keep going up, and there's no signs that this stuff is going to go down. So you can wait, but
you got to think about too, though. You got to think about too. They're going to try to put the chip in your hand or your forehead to market a beast.
Oh, there you go. You over here. I mean, I think that's somewhat like what kind of like those home data centers that they want to put in people's houses. That's kind of close enough.
Man, they better get the hell on. Well, I'm good over there.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like they're over here offering people. I was watching stuff about it, that they're offering people these deals on data centers to where if you put them in your home, then you're guaranteed to have a cheap internet and utility bill. But it doesn't, like if you stay in a house. If you stay in a house, you still got to pay your gas. You still got to pay for your trash. You got to still pay for other things, but you still got this little surveillance box that's going to burn, you know what I'm saying? And just think about what kind of air because I mean, this one dude had one in his house. Yeah, and he had fans in a air unit that's going to burn. Man, it's going to be hot as hell during the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like with that thing, you might be cool in the winter. But then, like they're already having deals with contractors with like for HUD homes and for not for HUD homes, but for like HOA homes and also like cheaper homes and to put these data centers outside of the house right there, so they could and they got cameras and everything else on these things. Man, no, hell no, I'm not trying to do all that. It's crazy. So.
That's a tragedy. That's a travesty, man. It is what it is.
So if they're putting, go ahead. Well, I just want to say this, and so if they're doing this, so if they're trying to put these data centers into people's, and consider people that want to put these data centers in their homes and in new pre-built homes, they're automatically going in there because they've already made agreements with some homemakers. Then think about the chips, think about the RAM, think about all the stuff that's got to go into that. And you think that they're going to care about the little guy like us, gamers and the gamers? No, fuck no. It's all about what they can sit there and the money that they can make. And that's only going to just drive up price.
No, facts. But we talked about it long enough. We're gonna go ahead and move on because we'll let people
Yeah, we
digest
did.
it and let that marinate on that. You feel me? So let's go ahead and talk about with Sony right now. This dude make a wild, man. But let's go ahead and talk about Sony right now with these live services. They still want to put the emphasis on continuing to doing live service. I feel like they have not learned their lesson when it comes to live service games. People don't understand, man. Like Concord didn't sell well. I played the beta of Concord. That game was trash. And it only lasted, but not even a few days, and it basically is non-existent at this point. You cancel factions
Hmm.
too. People was hyped for that. You cancel the Spider-Man multiplayer game. Then you did the same thing with um, the God of War multiplayer game. It didn't work. And only game that really did well was Helldivers 2, and it's on Xbox, and people still play Helldivers 2 to this day. You know what's crazy? People play Helldivers 2 more on Xbox than they do on PlayStation.
I
Like,
believe so. Yeah, I mean it's a damn good game. So yeah, I
yeah,
believe it.
and I got the game, so I'll go ahead and put y'all more emphasis right now. If people may not notice, man, like Sony, when it comes to their PlayStation games and stuff like that, they're known to make more single player games. PlayStation is more of a single player console, if you think about it, because the majority of the first party titles that they put out back in the day was more single player oriented games. Like Xbox is more balanced because they put out both multiplayer and single player games. And Nintendo, they in their own little world. So that's why we hardly talk about Nintendo, because they're in their own little world. But them putting more emphasis in putting out more single player games. I'm not single player, live service games. That's a bad look because that's not what people want. People want more single player games. Like if you want to put some multiplayer elements into it, like do like what Microsoft do with Gears of War. You did create a single player game, but put multiplayer elements in it. Like you could do that with Killzone or Resistance.
Mhm.
You dig? Instead of just trying to make it a whole live service. They don't understand that live service games has been on a decline ever since 2023. You know what I'm saying? That you don't really hear people talk about Fortnite like that. You don't hear people talking about Apex Legends and PUBG like that anymore. People really be gravitating more towards single player games as of late. Hell, I play fighting games and I play single player games, but at the end of the day, like on PlayStation, nobody really plays multiplayer games on PlayStation. They go more towards the single player aspect of games on PlayStation. You dig what I'm saying? Like they think because Sea of Thieves did well and Forza did well, cool. But with your own first party titles, you want to make single player aspect, not single player, live service aspects of it. It's not going to work because people are not going to gravitate to it. If y'all haven't learned by now from Lawbreakers, then something is wrong. If y'all ain't learned by Concord, something is wrong. Go back to what made your console good with them games that you had instead of just trying to follow a trend. That's just my point. You dig? And it's a bad look for them to just continue on to, you know, put emphasis on live service games. It's not popping like it once was. You dig? People don't have the time. People don't have the money to be paying for the base games and paying for all the cosmetics and microtransactions, man. That's what I'm saying. Live service games is not what it once was, and that's just the facts of the nature, man. Don't put microtransactions in your game because it's not going to sell well. Concord did not sell well, and you still want to continue to do live service games as your first party titles. Like, let's be real, man. Uncharted showed well because it was a single player game, and The Last of Us that y'all milked to the core. I don't know why they still keep doing with The Last of Us 1 and 2, man. Do The Last of Us
Because
Part
people
3.
still keep buying it for some reason.
I don't understand. That's stupid. Like, okay, The Last of Us Part 2 came out, all right, cool. But think about it, The Last of Us Part 1, it didn't really sell well because like you milking the same
Yeah.
game. You did, and then you want to put The Last of Us Part 2, and then basically you just added a little horror mode to it, and it didn't do as well as it because everybody already had it. But and then you did the same thing with Days Gone remastered. It's not really much nothing when it comes to Days Gone. Y'all could have just gave Ben Studios the keys and let them do a Days Gone too. It could have been better. Like I'll give you an example. You remember when the first Uncharted came out, right?
Hmm.
That game, they was trashing the game. What I'm saying? I thought it was pretty good, but they was trashing the game, and it wasn't that good to a lot of people. But when Uncharted 2 came out, I'm saying, Among Thieves, it was a fire game. I'm not gonna sit there and say it wasn't trash. It was actually pretty good. So they
Hmm.
they got to stick to the formula of what made PlayStation good at this point. Like right now, they doing it justice by trying to market Grand Theft Auto 6 like it's exclusive, which is not. But at the end of the day, y'all gotta go back to what made y'all great, man. Single player games and so on and so forth. You feel me? And right now, Microsoft they making their changes and trying to better themselves. Only thing I could just say they gotta just critique and make better for themselves is just marketing. That's the only thing I can say they can fix. They doing everything else right. Just marketing should get stuff better. But when it comes to Sony, they're gonna have to really push that reset button on going back to making their single player games, and you know what I'm saying, and not and take Sweet Baby Inc out of it because you know Sweet Baby Inc. From what I be hearing, they be messing up games and stuff like that. That's what I be hearing about Sweet Baby Inc. That's what I be hearing. But go back to what made your game good. Put out another Horizon Zero Dawn game, third game. Put out Uncharted. Put out Resistance. Put out doggone Twisted Metal. What's the other game they put up back in the day? Cypher Filter. Go back to it. They got to go back to what they know, man. Stop trying to follow a trend, man. Look what look at Ubisoft. Use them as an example, man. Look what not to do with live service games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just me. But
all right. Yeah. No. This is the thing for me is that like, it's a catch-22. You know what I mean? For like, so
take your time.
The reality of it is, yeah. No. Because I got to break this down for just everybody that was listening to what you were saying, and I know there was a lot of people that agree with you on that. I mean, I agree with a lot of what you were saying, but this is but there's a pushback, of course. Because
pushing back what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, so the thing with the live service games. No. The thing with the live service games, is that yes, PlayStation has a problem with learning how to do live service games properly, except for Helldivers 2. But that company already knew what to do because they put their first game. I believe it was on PlayStation 2, but it was already like established and got known for being on PC. So that was already a win right there. So that studio already had a blueprint. But when you're trying to bring a live service game to studios that primarily make single player games, that's where the problem was. And I understand why they brought in Bungie, because Bungie is really good at live service games. But the problem was that a lot of the people that were at Bungie left or stayed at 343 or now, which is Halo Studios. Now, I don't know how many of those people are still here at Halo Studios now, but at the time,
you do. 343. That's how many people are there.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so the thing of it was that like, when you had good ideas, they wanted to get cheap, and then Bungie on top of that sabotaged a lot, and that's why I think Bungie is getting their just desserts, and I hate that for the people that got laid off because of it. But the management of Bungie wanted Marathon and whatever else that they wanted to be top priority over The Last of Us, the Last of Us live service game, which would have killed, would have been fantastic. Mm-hmm. The Spider-Man MMO, which would have been incredible. I'll probably be playing that right now. You know what I mean? Like that sounded amazing. And even also for the works that they were thinking about doing with God of War, like I think that would have been an opportunity. And then you heard about Horizon, the MMO, that would have been fantastic. Mm-hmm. But they listened to Bungie, and Bungie was like, no, this ain't working, that ain't working. So they cut it, and then they sit there and they brought the games that they did bring in, which Bungie didn't feel like was any type of competition to them.
Yeah.
And so therefore now we got the dilemma that we have. Now the smart thing is, if Sony wants to go back, since Sony said that they're going back to the live service, then you got to bring back, you got to go back and hopefully you still got the assets for damn it, I can't think of the name. Factions. You got it for Factions too. and just bring that out. And I guarantee you that game is going to do good. That game is going to do good. The Spider-Man game, that's cooked. It cost too much money as it was to develop the game and everything else they invested into it. So that's cooked, unfortunately.
That was a pointless game.
You said what was a pointless game?
That Spider-Man live service, that was a pointless one.
No, I think that would have been. I think that would have made that would have raked. That sounded way too fun to not be a part of. You could play with all time. You could also go ahead.
I'm gonna say it just depends.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why though. Mm-hmm. If it was like a PvPvE, then okay, yeah. PvP, it depends on like how many people will play it. If they were to do like a Spider-Man like live service game, they should make that a multi-platform game instead of just being on PlayStation. For them to just be on PlayStation,
well, it would have been on PC. It would have been on PC, and maybe if they might have put it on Nintendo and Xbox. Probably not. Most likely how Sony likes to operate, especially like they have to covet Spider-Man. But no, the thought process, because I don't know if you read those things of what the leaks. It was a PvP PvE game, and you played with all different types of Spider-Man Spider-Man people through the game, like through the comics or whatever. Yeah. I think you can even create your own kind of whatever. But no, just the way that like the way the Spider-Man 2018 and these later Spider-Mans, the way they play, the way you swinging around, and I mean, you would have people just going around and learning how to web sling instead of just doing missions and things like that. So I think it would have been incredible. I think it would have raked, actually. I think it would have been that one. And you would have, because what they say is that if you got like at least 2 or 3 of those live service games that hit, then you generating so much money that then you could probably just go back to going and making something original or something different, or maybe going back to an old IP and taking some chances. But they scrapped them, so I don't know.
But there was a problem when it comes to Helldivers.
I don't know what Sony's.
There was a problem when it comes to Helldivers 2, and the only problem I said was it wasn't a first party studio title; it was a second party studio title because they don't own Arrowhead Studios. So they made a little bit of money.
But they own the rights to that game though, so they made it. So they making any money. So they making any money off of it. But regardless of it, the game is a hit. So that's what I'm saying. Like they had the right notion, but they listened to the wrong people. And that's the thing that, because again, Bungie was over here thinking about themselves. There's no question about it. The way that everything has been read and pushed out, Bungie was caring more about PlayStation making sure that Marathon and whatever else that Bungie was going to do was being top priority instead of everything else. And now that's why Sony's in the position that they're in. Again, you're right. Sony does need to go back to the original recipe. What?
But what happened with Marathon?
That's because Bungie. Yeah, Marathon is not doing well. I'm telling you the reason why. What hurt Sony, because they listened to Bungie. They should not have listened to Bungie. They should have went. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How in the hell are you going to sit here and when your top studios, when you have now Insomniac is a top studio, but it was still fairly new. But Naughty Dog and the other Santa Monica, they're your vet studios. How in the hell are you not letting Bungie that you newly acquired tell you about the mainstay studios that has helped PlayStation get to the place that it's at? That's crazy business to me. That's like compulsion get. That's what I'm saying. That's like Compulsion Games going and talking to Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond and Matt Booty and them and telling them, nah, you don't need to worry about making Gears yet, or you don't need to worry about making a new Halo. You think about our game. You think about our live service game that we're working on. That would be asinine, and they should get cooked for that if they decided to listen to, and especially since Compulsion Games don't make games like that. Like, I know that Bungie does make live service games, but the only but the pipeline of games that were coming out from what was coming from Bungie compared to what your mainstay studios is making, those sounded way more attractive than Marathon. I know Marathon was an Xbox classic, but I mean, these kids today don't know about Marathon. Hell, I didn't know about Marathon until, because I'm a late Xbox OG Xbox adopter. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know Bungie did that. And I looked into it, and
Hold on.
yeah,
I thought you had got the
yeah.
OG Xbox like in the beginning, like when it first was released.
No, no. I was die hard PlayStation 2 guy, a Dreamcast guy. Like I was over here
Mm.
not even caring about the Xbox. I was over there, like it was my homeboy that got me. They got my homeboy from the military to sit there and talk me into playing it. And then I played Halo, and then I was like, oh. And then I seen all the other features that was going on, and then we played a couple of more games. And then I was like,
Okay.
oh, this thing is dope. And then that's when I got into it. But then like what, that was like a year and a half, maybe 2 years before the 360 came out. So
Yeah,
yeah,
after
I was a late adopter of the OG X. But yeah, so again, so I didn't know anything about Marathon until they started announcing it. And then I was like, what is Marathon? Bungie made Marathon. And then I looked into it and whatever. But anyway, regardless of that, the premise of it was cool. But see, the premise of it was dope, of Marathon making a return,
yeah.
but the aesthetic, like people was thinking more like, oh, we gonna have our own version of Halo, and they know they couldn't do it that way. But anyway, so
Mhm.
going forward, where my pushback to you is on this: live service games are always going to be important because
What
they're the
degree?
most they're the yeah, well, no, I mean they're the game, they're the remember, I don't know if you remember last week when I was bringing
Calm
up
down,
about how
relax,
much money.
breathe, Mega,
No,
breathe.
no. Last week I was telling you how much those live service games was bringing, and how big those games were compared to everything else last week. So those
Yeah,
live service, free service games, like you have to bring them out free. You just got to bring them free. Like Marathon should have been free. Concord should have been free. Or what you said, and I got to give Sir X Man credit for that too, because he said the same thing that you said. Um, back years ago on GRG, where if PlayStation wants to get into the live service stuff, they need to make a single player game with multiplayer in it, so you can get the best of both worlds. That's the only way. That is the only way.
they
Just
ain't
trying to
gonna
come
do
out
it
with a
though.
live service game that's not a free to play. You ain't gonna. Yeah, no, they're too money hungry. They're trying to be like Nintendo and trying to be like Apple. They want to nickel and dime the hell out of you, and yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going
Nah,
to work. So we'll
nah,
see.
they ain't gonna work at all. But anywho, speaking about Sony, Bungie got a massive amount of layoffs. Honestly, though, bro, this week alone, like that just passed, man, it wasn't really the best week of gaming because they had a massive amount of layoffs. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it's a part of the stigma of what I'm saying, budgets being too high and people have to be let go because of they ain't got enough money to be paying for the studios and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be brief on it. I ain't really got too much to say about it. It's just that I feel bad that a lot of people like had lost their jobs, but at the end of the day, they're gonna find new jobs, and they're gonna make their money regardless. I'm still at the point right now why we having these 3 to 4 to $500 million budgets in gaming when it comes to developing these games and make it make sense. It just really don't make no sense to me of them paying all that money for all these employees and you're not utilizing what you should be using with development tools of creating these games, and we still have buggy games that's being released. But and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, though, I feel bad that people at Bungie lost their jobs. I feel bad for people that there's rumors going around at Microsoft they might lose some jobs, and rumors about them closing some studios, which I don't think it's true. I think there's going to be some layoffs, yeah, but I don't think they're going to be closing them studios because like Ninja Theory, they see value in Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, and all this other stuff. Bungie still has value in the gaming culture, but it ain't what it once was because of them not showing their creativity like they once was when compared to Halo. Because back then, Bungie had showed way more creativity with Halo compared to now when it comes to Marathon and Destiny. Because everything now is like playing it safe, like I said prior to earlier the podcast. Um, But
Mhm.
yeah, I just feel like it's a bad thing, man, that they lost their jobs. I feel bad that they lost their jobs. Hopefully, they find another job elsewhere, and they can be there to create phenomenal games. If y'all looking for a job, go to LinkedIn and fill out an application, and y'all find y'all a job or with one of these
Man,
studios.
damn, that's cold blooded. Anyway,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna be too long on it either. Yeah, it is unfortunate for people to lose their jobs. With the Xbox situation, again, we definitely know that there's going to be layoffs. The studio closure things, we'll find that out we'll find that out this coming up month. I mean, not this month, but next month.
yeah.
And
They said this
then
week.
we can talk about that. Is it this week?
They said this week.
So we'll find out. So we'll find out, and then we'll discuss it at that point. But yeah, no, it sucks about people losing their jobs. It is true that like a lot of these companies is playing it safe. And this is the thing that makes me more confused more than anything, because I thought with Unreal Engine 5, it was supposed to be efficient enough for people to not spend so much money on development. It's supposed to cut costs. Well, AI, I thought that was supposed to help cut costs to where things would be more efficient. So if you got these two factors here, you got an engine that is supposed to be efficient, and you also got AI that's supposed to be efficient. How the hell is it that things is getting higher?
That
That
don't make any sense.
in development, it don't make any sense. I know the marketing will cost high, will be higher, but marketing, but game marketing ain't nowhere what it used to be. So I'm not understanding that as well. And then also that, they're using content creators and things like that. That's helping push a lot of products and games and things like that. That's so weird to me. But at the end of the day, it's crazy to me, and it's sad that people are losing their jobs because of this. And again, like, they're just going to be more safe. They're just going to be more safe with the games that they make. And what's also crazy is that they're going to cut costs on development. So why is those savings not coming to us? That's my main thing. Other than the fact that people are losing their jobs.
Yeah, that is a good question that right now we don't have the answer to. I just say we're going to see in the coming months what's going to happen when it comes to Bungie, when it comes to Sony, when it comes to Microsoft, with their gaming, with the product, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. But it's an unfortunate situation that's going on. It's unfortunate in gaming as a whole of what's going on. And again, earlier, what I said, I'm standing by what I'm saying. We're on the verge of a game crash, and even with the Steam machine being over $1,000. You feel me? That being over $1,000, and it's pretty much kind of underpowered from like what I was reading about the specs of the Steam machine. It's not going to be that strong. It's still going to have good performance and stuff like that, but it's not going to be as strong. But them charging like over $1,000 for that, and then it depends on the terabytes. And then not only that, you have to pay extra because of the controller that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's uncalled for. That's very anti-consumerish, in my opinion. And we don't even know how much will it sell or will it sell at this point. And it's very disheartening and bad for Steam to actually do it. No, my fault, Valve to do that. And it just shows that a lot of these companies are going more into the anti-consumer route just to try to get bang for their buck. But we're not seeing bang for the buck for that Steam machine. And like I said, to me, them specs is weak to me. You dig? But I'm
Weak.
yeah, it's weak to me. What you guys say about it, Becca?
I mean, the bottom line is that whoever that works at Valve that came and pitched the Steam machine to bring it back again, and had Gabe and the rest of them sign off on it, didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I mean, because that's not how console. If you want to get a Steam machine into console players' homes, the one and most important thing is not frames per second. It is fidelity. It is graphics. So if you already lost right off the gate by bringing out a machine that can only do 1080p to 1440p, can maybe play certain games up to 4K, And you mean to tell me that, like, listen, for the people that have televisions, that have 4K televisions, that got 4K monitors, this, that, and the third, you trying to tell a console gamer, hey man, you got to go down to 1080p or 1440p in order for you to get high frames per second. A person will tell you, man, you take that shit and go to hell with it. Like, unless that thing is like $300, I'm interested then.
Yeah.
But for 1,050, and then you don't even add a controller to it, and then when you add a controller and make it and give us two terabytes of space for $1,400, man, you lost your damn mind. You lost your mind, and that's, and again, the also the insult for charging $1,050 for a so-called hybrid console without a controller, and you're only giving us like what 500 gigabytes, that you put the Call of Duties in there and you got a couple of indies, and maybe you can put NBA 2K in there and you ain't got nothing else. You ain't got room for nothing else. So that just defeats the whole purpose. Ain't no man. They tripping. They tripping.
Honestly though,
They tripping.
I don't think people are going to really be buying that Steam machine like that. You feel me? I think that if they do buy it,
It's curtains.
yeah, if they do buy it, it's probably for collectible purposes and be having in their collection. But honestly, it's
That's it.
definitely not going to sell well. I feel like when does it release? You remember when it actually releases?
I did. Once I seen the price, I gave no dams. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
think the summer. It's coming out this summer.
either summer or sometime around October. I don't know, around one or two. But at the end of the day, though, no, it's probably out sometime in summer because a lot of these other gaming media outlets already got the console already. They already did a review for it already, and
Mm-hmm.
they was paid to review that game. My add, they was paid to review it. And honestly, if we review it, we would give our honest opinion. We wouldn't sugarcoat nothing. But that's how we are at the gamer section. We hold no punches. But anywho, you know what I'm saying? Like I said though, if we had that in our possession, we'll be brutally honest, man. Because look, we got 4K everything over here. I know, Mega got 4K stuff over at his crib. I got 4K stuff over here where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be brutally honest with that. We wouldn't mind like reviewing the Steam machine, but at the same time, we being brutally honest about that price point is way too high. You know what I'm saying, for that whole thing,
Yeah.
and it's weak, and the specs is weak. You know what I mean? So that's a L. That's a massive L for them. That if they want to put out a Steam machine and the specs is that weak, put it out for $400, $500. That's the best
Yeah.
price point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a great. That's the yeah. Yeah. No, I also wanted to say this too, is that what the Steam machine makes look really good?
What?
The Series S. The Series S does not get enough credit for what it can do. People praise the Switch 2,
Mm-hmm.
and you sit here and you're looking at the Series S, and it plays every next gen game. They might have to develop a couple of games later than release on a couple of games, but for the most part, that thing plays 720, 1080p, and play games at up to 4K in some cases. But most cases, it's a 1080, it's a 720 to a 1440p console, and it was $300, but now I think it's like $500. But regardless, that's still a better value than what the Steam machine is giving you. So and yeah, I get that you could play PC games on there. So there's a much bigger library of games, but it doesn't equate to what you're paying for. And hell, at least with the Series S, you get a controller.
Yeah.
And you get at least a month or so of Game Pass. So come on now, stop it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd rather just stick to my PC. I'll be good. I'm cool and get that Steam machine.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm
they
cool.
unless they send us some consoles to actually test and review ourselves, cool. But not, I'm good with my 5090. I'm cool with that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But anyways, man, let's talk fighting games. That's the
All right.
bread and butter. We're gonna talk fighting games. We're gonna talk about Dead or Alive 6, right? Last round, right? We already
All
got
right.
Dead or Alive 6, but we don't have last round yet. So we definitely gonna have a last round sooner than you think. Now when it comes to like Dead or Alive last round, from like what I was seeing, I seen reviews on Gaming Boat, IG, and all them. Shout out to them and stuff like that. shout out to the non-gamers over there. But anywho, though, you know what I'm saying. From what I'm seeing and hearing about the game is it's pretty much the same game. It's just extra skins and kind of like tweaked up the gameplay mechanics about it. For all that, they should if they should have did like this. If you already bought the Dead or Alive 6 and already have the game, they should have put the last round and give that to you for free instead of charging it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of like, I wouldn't say anti-consumerist, but kind of. But I'm like, it doesn't make sense. You're going to charge people just to add extra skins and stuff like that to the game and tweak up the gameplay, where that could have been a massive update. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a whole free update. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's uncalled for. But will we play last round to give our honest perspective? Oh yeah. And K Mega, he's gonna do that at Fight Night Sunday with that game for sure. You already know how you rocking. But
Yep.
I think that's kind of like a bad move with them, how they released it, and pretty much we're getting the same game. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. What I also found out is that you do not get all the extra outfits that you previously had available. I know that there's like a transfer setting that you get, and so, but I mean, if you're going to pay $40 for this game, and this game has been out for, I don't, since 2017, 2018, something like that. It's been out for a minute. Yeah, and then you got this game out here and you still trying to hold on to like the outfits, like at least the first couple of seasons of the outfits is pretty ridiculous. And for the people that, and for also that you got to get double charged for 2 characters. If you bought the Ultimate Edition of, or as I call it, the Shut Up Edition of DOA 6, and then you go ahead and you get last round, and you still got to buy the 2 characters that people were upset about that they weren't even bringing in the game. You still got to rebuy them, and I seen the price. One is, I think they're both like $11 a piece. I know that I seen one that was $10.99. Bro, are you kidding me? Like, again, this is what I was afraid of, and this is what makes me nervous about Dead or Alive 7. Like, if you're gonna try to nickel and dime us off of this, what the hell are you gonna try to do for Dead or Alive 7? Which I'm very excited for, but man, y'all promised that y'all wasn't gonna do this because they were so atrocious with Dead or Alive 6 on like, if you bought everything in Dead or Alive 6, there was a person that did it. I'll never forget it. That person paid up to $1,600 for that game because he bought every outfit. He paid everything, $1,600, and that's what caused the discussion on microtransactions. I mean, we've been hearing about microtransactions for some years, but that was so egregious that like everybody was against it, and they said that they would. So, but you're going to sit there and you're going to bring these characters back, and for people who like me and you that bought the game and got all the characters. We still got to pay for it again. Shh, that's nutty. That's nutty. And not even get at least the first 2 or 3 seasons of outfits. Like, I mean, okay, you don't want to give all of your season outfits.
Yeah.
Cool. But just a few? Come on now. Come on.
I think honestly it's a ridiculous nature of it. It's showing again anti-consumerism. And don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Dead or Alive. I think it's a phenomenal franchise.
Oh yeah, Dead or Alive's fantastic.
Yeah, the only downside is it's like it started with Dead or Alive 5 with the microtransactions with these cosmetics and stuff like that, which I really think that was like a bad for them to actually do. Dead or Alive 7, if they doing that and they trying to step up on that anti-consumerist base, then that's going to be an epic fail for them. And they was talking about Dead or Alive 7 was going to be only on PlayStation 5. That's not true. It's multi-platform. It's gonna be on all platforms, even Nintendo.
Yeah, I heard that. Who said that? That's crazy.
Some crap. But at the end of the day, though, man, like I said, we should be getting our hands on Dead or Alive 6 last round. I believe this week. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be the judge of the game ourselves. Honestly, I disagree wholeheartedly with how they're doing the business practice behind that game. I really think that should have been for anybody that bought Dead or Alive 6. They should have let that last round be free for everybody. That's just me. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We ain't gonna
If
be
you
like,
charged 20 for it, I wouldn't have been mad about it. You
hey,
know, if you
hey,
added other things to it, then I wouldn't be mad about it. But yeah, but
hey, I wouldn't pay no $20. I'm kind of cheap. I ain't about to pay no $20 extra for that book. No. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point right now, bro. That whole thing should have just like if you bought the Dead or Alive 6, that last round, whenever it dropped, they should have let that be a free update for anybody who bought Dead or Alive, the original base Dead or Alive 6, man. You hear me? That I feel like some baloney to them jabronis, man. That's just how I feel. You dig? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But
Oh man.
at the end of the day, though, man, it is what it is. Dead or Alive is still a phenomenal game, man. We are all fighters over here. We play fighting games to the core, so we love. It is what it is. We'll just have to wait and see what's to within these next fighting games. And you already know what my next fighting game I'm definitely excited about playing. I still haven't played Invincible VS yet, but I would definitely play that soon.
It's
But
tough. It's real good.
yeah, Mega kept telling me about it too. You have me, so I'm definitely
Mhm.
gonna get my hands on it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta really get some run on that game. I'm definitely gonna be this week. I'm definitely going back to Fatal Fury because I definitely want to get back into it. Um,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But Dead or Alive 6 last round. Try to get that this week. So I'm definitely gonna try it out and see if they made any changes. Get a little burn on the game or whatever. But anyways, man, EA exec says there has been a real rise of creativity after developers embrace AI. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. They talking about been a sense of creativity. The indie developers have been putting more creativity. If y'all don't believe me, look at Crimson Desert. That's more
Mhm.
creativity. All right. That's me being brutally honest. That's creativity. Crimson Desert has been having more creativity. When you talking about AI, we don't see no creativity. We see the same games over and over again. It must be all in your head like that Nelly song, huh? Y'all think about it over and over again. So
Mhm.
let's be brutally honest, man. EA, I like EA, but I don't love EA. Like me and EA games got a love hate relationship because EA they quick to give up on their franchises. If the game doesn't sell, they don't want to do any more things to it. Like okay, if you look at Anthem could have been that game for everybody. It wasn't a bad game. It's actually a pretty good game. You feel me? If they would have just made it a single player game and add a real good story mechanic to it and add that multiplayer to the side for it, it would have done it justice, but it didn't because they wanted to try to find ways to make money off of people with Anthem. Let's just
Mhm.
get that clear. All right. And then they had another game. I forgot. Bioware was working on another game. I forgot the name of the other game. But they had these little secret trailers and all this other stuff. And that game ended up being canceled about a week after that game was announced. It was all the way back, or like in the beginning stages of the Xbox One and PS4 days. You dig? So like
Mhm.
EA. And then when you look at Madden and you look at college football to me is better than Madden because they actually really take time to really perfect that game. It's the Madden we kind of getting almost the same game each year, but there's has been moments where Madden has been better than the rest. Like Madden 26 has been cool, Madden 25 has been cool, but 24 was to me was trash. Now when you look at games that actually needs to come back, like NBA Live, it needs to come back to compete with 2K because 2K they feel all comfortable and everything that they want that they can give us
Mhm.
some of these almost same features. They take a feature from 2018, then bring it back in like 2027 and act like it's something new, and it really ain't. All right, let's get that clear. Let's speak the facts. Now, that's why I say NBA Live needs to come back, and MLB the show needs competition. A lot of these other companies need competition on one another. EA needs to. I'm talking about outside of sports in general. EA needs to go back to the root of all them other games. And one of the games that I wish that EA would bring back, and this is just me being real, they need to bring back the Saboteur. And if people don't remember what the Saboteur is,
Yeah, Salvatore's a good game.
yeah, they need to bring that back. You know what I'm saying? And it actually sold well. You did so I think like 3-4 million copies. And I'm like, you
Mhm.
have so much legs to stand on. You can actually create a Saboteur too. It's not gonna create. It's not gonna compete with Grand Theft Auto 6, not by a long shot. But
Right.
it could compete with Assassin's Creed though because it's a game in its own way. You know what I mean? That could have been a whole franchise for EA, but they end up messing themselves up in a dramatic way by not capitalizing on its success and just pushing out another Saboteur game. You dig what I'm saying? Like EA need to go back to like they're saying that they're gonna make Battlefield an annual game where they're gonna create a Battlefield every year to compete with Call of Duty. Okay, cool. You want to do that? Fine, that's cool. But go back to and about a look at Mega, he's gonna give me some pushback. I can sense it. I can sense it. You feel me? But when it comes to like EA, you know what I'm saying? Create some like different type of games. Bring back Medal of Honor or something. You feel me? Bring back. Put some like. Matter of fact, if EA want to do something right and do it justice, go get the rights for Gangs of Dragon. You feel me? Go get the rights for Gangs of Dragon, and then you can have something that can be on a competitive stage, and you can market that right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just focusing on Star Wars and sports games and Mass Effect and Dragon Age, go get Gangs of Dragon. Go get go get the rights from Tencent to bring back Sleeping Dogs or something, or go get the studio to make a Red Faction. Go get those rights or something, because they need more outside of that sports game and outside of Star Wars and outside of Battlefield. You feel me? They need more outside of that, and they had that back in the day, but they don't have it no more. They gotta rejuvenate what made EA great back in the day, and they never been great. They always been named the worst studio in the gaming space.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I always usually defend EA, just for the main fact because I think people, because they would talk so bad about certain games, or they would definitely do the Madden, FIFA thing, whatever. Without that being said, though, they have came out with some cool stuff, but it was years ago. Like and then again, the whole expectation stuff. Like for instance, let me go and look because I forgot the name of the game. The game is a really damn good game. Let me see if I have it on my list up here. Nah, I might not. I know I got it still saved here. I got it through and I don't want to look through it through the Xbox. Anyway, it was, I really liked the game. And I'm pretty sure you might have gave it a shot. Why I can't think of the game right now. Oh, it was so good.
What was it? It was
but anyway, you know what? It was different. Like dude had magic. Like he would have this thing on his wrist and he would go into, and he was like, it was this weird kind of setting with that game was so dope. Like, and so anyway, but the game got crushed because it didn't sell to the expectations. And again, EA gets so much bad esteem that it doesn't, that it didn't get the love that it deserved. And so we won't ever see a sequel to that. There was, I mean, you get the, I know that like they had another game that did really well, where it was the team up where there was these two ladies. I haven't played that game. I've been waiting for a proper sale for it. But it was hold on. I'm right here in the EA app right now. I'm gonna remember. Okay, let me see because I got it. It's in my list. I mean, it's in my game catalog. Another game that they could try to bring back is Alice, the Madness. You know what I'm saying? Like the Alice in Wonderland games were dope. Like, but again, would they take a chance on that? I would like Mirror's Edge to come back again, but Mirror's Edge, I don't think the second one sold very well. Another one, I think that they could do a remake for Syndicate, but I doubt if they do that. So
it's on like that Mirror's Edge is on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. We don't know what happened to it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. Immortals of Avium. That's the name of the game. I was like, no, I gotta. That game was too good not to mention. Immortals of Avium. That game is amazing, and I would recommend for anybody who hasn't played it, play that. It should be dirt cheap. Like, I mean, I bought it. I bought it on sale, and it was like $9 for the whole game.
Yeah.
And I had EA Play, so I played it off of EA Play, but the game was so good, I bought it. Like, I thought it was fantastic. But I agree. EA is playing it too safe. They do need to bring out a lot more. the whole thing with Battlefield, I think Battlefield is definitely necessary because this last Battlefield has not been bad at all.
That was actually the
I
best
think, but they need to.
time.
Yeah, yeah, I like Battlefield, but the reality of it is I've been playing Call of Duty more than I've been playing this Battlefield, and this Battlefield ain't bad. It's just it's a little slow on the content, but this Battlefield is good. But they need to go back to the because I thought the single player of this Battlefield, Battlefield 6 was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was okay. But they need to go back to oh man, the Battlefield before Battlefield 4, where they were talking about the dark weapon, Bad Company. They need to bring the Bad Company guys back or something similar to that. And I think that would work beautifully. That's what they need to do. I mean, now if they bring another different shooter, that's fine too. I know they're going to be bringing Mass Effect. I'm still hearing that they're going to be bringing the Captain America Black Panther game. I hope that they do. That would be 1943 I think is something they definitely need to bring to the table, but we'll see. But the whole AI push, listen, we have to also know who partially owns EA now. I mean, there's a Saudi Arabia group that's out there, plus the Kushner group, which is Trump's son-in-law, stuff like that. Of course, they're going to uplift AI. That's the push. So again, like with the you still got to use mental creativity in order for AI to sit there and want to go its own direction. Like we don't have they're working on that. We don't have that type of technology yet to where the computer can think on its own properly to where it could just say, okay, I'm going to make a game here. Here's this new shit right here. You still got to put in something in order for it to find the direction of where what you're looking to try to achieve. So of course they're going to make that push, and I don't believe it either. I totally agree with you. I think it's full of bullshit, and I'm not with it. So, but yeah, you're right. EA just need to bring something else. I mean, they also had Wild Hearts, which was
that was underrated.
It was an interesting game. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, but I mean, again, I could tell why it didn't sell very well. But yeah, there's plenty of gems that they could come back with instead of Need for Speed and Battlefield and Madden and them. They definitely need to bring something
you know what they
back,
need to bring back?
And something.
They need to bring back Burnout. Burnout needs to make a return.
A Burnout would be good. A Burnout would be good. A Burnout would be good. It would be smart to bring out a Burnout right now.
Yeah.
We definitely know that they're going to be another Star Wars game dropping, which I don't have a problem with that. I think the Jedi games are really good, so that's good. But yeah, Saboteur was a really good one. Another thing too, lastly, I mean, we definitely won't see it now, but they really made a mistake by not, because this is the shooter that should have been the alternate for Battlefield, and that's Titanfall. But now since Vincent Pella is passed on, and Titanfall 2 didn't sell up to expectations, sadly, we won't get it.
Everybody know why Titanfall 2 didn't sell well, because they put it out on the wrong day, and they got overlooked.
Yes. They put it out around the same time. It was sandwiched right in between Call of Duty and Battlefield. And it would have done better if I'm saying, rest in peace to Sampella, but he tried to play his hand to try to get PlayStation fans attracted to Titanfall 2, and it just pissed a lot of Xbox gamers off. I mean, even people who didn't care about the console war or anything like that, like when he posted, I remember I was sitting, I got homies that don't even watch my content or watch anybody's content. They're not even involved in it. They don't read no magazine. They just play games. But they seen that interview and him talking about, oh man, he says, man, what the hell are you talking about, man? I bought this game. Like, this game is dope, but you gonna just cater to PlayStation? And it's like, I'm not buying that shit. And so a lot of, and you know how us diehard Xbox gamers felt about it. So, and then it was a combination of both. So, and I hate that, because Titanfall 2 was really good. The story was outstanding. So yeah. It's crazy.
If y'all want to hear K make a rage about that video, I mean about the Titanfall 2, go back to his channel 3 years ago. Y'all gonna see it. Yeah, he has a calm demeanor now. But if y'all ever seen K make a rage when it comes to stuff like this, go on his channel. Y'all gonna see. All right. I'm dead. I've been knowing K Mega for over about 10, 11 years now. Yeah. We seen both sides of the coin of K Mega when it comes to games. You see his calm side and you see his rage side. Right now, y'all seeing his calm side. When you hear his my thoughts, you're gonna hear his rage side. All right. And when you play him in games, he has his calm side when he's winning, but then he has this rage side when he's losing. So
Oh my God. So that means I'm mostly calm, right?
No, you ain't calm.
Yes.
No,
I'm calm.
No, I still remember that battle we had in 2K16. I ain't never gonna forget that. No.
2K16. I did not play you in no 2K. We sit there and had this discussion.
Yeah, we did. We did play 2K. We played 2K16. We played in my park. We played together, and then 2K17 we played against each other. I remember that vividly. I got a memory sharp as a knife, bro.
Okay, man. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, just go back and listen to last week's show.
Now, when it comes to college,
remember.
Hold up. Well, what up with it? Was peace and love in the chat. But anywho, you can go back and chat.
What's going on, Yobi?
You talking about college football. We ain't talking about college football. We never played each other in college football.
No, we ain't playing no college football.
Y'all about to have.
You talking about NBA?
We played 2K. We played against each other in 2K. He just don't remember. Okay. He's just a winter chicken. He just don't remember. But we chill.
Man, we gonna listen. I got NBA 2K right there at 16, right there. I could boot up the Xbox One and get busy. I'm ready.
I feel it. But like I said, me and Mega, we're gonna forever be rivals in games, so there ain't nothing new. So y'all just like I said, we'll eventually fight each other again, but not right now. We'll have a official a long fighting session on fighting games, but right now we catching up on reviews and everything. But anywho, though, you feel what I'm saying? I'm saying if y'all want to hear K Mega, go ahead and go on this channel, man. He be putting out some dope content over there, that my thoughts and stuff like that. And the fight night Sundays. I mean, when he's fighting on there, you know what I'm saying? So I know it'd be litty in the city over there. But let's go ahead and dive into the final topic of the show today, and we're going to definitely talk about THQ Nordic Digital Showcase that's happening in August. That's another showcase, and one of the games that I definitely want to see, and I know Megan gonna say, I'm on it, and that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. You feel me? I want to definitely see some gameplay for that game, and I heard that game is definitely dark and gritty, like Wolverine gritty, blood rated in for mature gritty on that game. So I definitely can't wait to see that. But a game that I want to see if they're going to actually do is another Destroy All Humans game. I definitely want to see if they're going to actually bring that to the fruition, because that would definitely be dope, because I am a fan of the Destroy All Humans franchise, and they actually have some great games in that sense. And then another game that I definitely want to see from THQ Nordic to showcase, and this is one of my all-time favorite franchises. I've been playing that game since the 360 PS3 days, and I can't wait to see the next Darksiders game, Darksiders 4. I definitely want to see that game. Playing either as war, play as death, you know what I'm saying, or strife, I definitely want to see. And they say that game you can play solo or you can play like 4-player co-op. That would be good for community tonight if that happens. And hopefully they'll bring like something with fighting game. If they bring like a fighting game that's dope, that would be fire. You know what I'm saying? Because THQ, they known to have a lot of fighting games. Like that'd be dope if THQ would get with Embrace the Group and revamp and like give a rebirth to Midway Games. That would be dope.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
But what about you, Omega?
Definitely Darksiders. That's something I think that they've been saying that they were working on. That we'll probably definitely see something with. If not, that might be their showcase, unless they bring back a Reniment. I think that's how you say it. Redevent. It's the kind of Souls like shooter type. They had a part 2 that was really, really, really good. The first one was Renament.
Mhm.
Hold on. Renament, Remnant. I think I pronounced it right. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think we're due for that. I think we're definitely due for that.
Oh, you talking about
I
Remnant?
did think that I did hear Renament. Yeah.
Remnant
So
3?
I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, that they would do a Remnant 3, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Rec, I think that they're working already. I think they already showed that they were working on another Rec Fest. They did, yes. So that's going to be coming. I don't know. Let me see. Let me go through this list here.
I know they got I know they got Recreation. That's out right now. That game right there. That's like the spiritual successor to Burnout. That game was actually pretty fire.
Oh, really? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that you looked at Gothic. You was really giving me a lot of high praise of Gothic. So,
Yeah.
and that does look. The more and more I see it, the more it intrigues me. Destroy All Humans. I've never really played those games. So I think I might have one of them, but I've never booted it up and played it. So I know that they're really popular. So but I would, for the people who's played it and they enjoy it, I'm for it. Let's see. I got one of your favorites right here. Let's Sing. I knew that you would like that. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up. Let's Sing.
Devil is a lie. That's your game. That's your game of the year. Just like your
Lips
game.
is the only thing. Lips is my favorite. That's what I'm talking about.
Just
anyway.
Dance. That's your game. No, matter of fact, your game of the
No.
Your game of the year was Dance Central. That was your game with the Connect. That was you.
I did like Dance Central. I got Dance Central in the front room, boy, with my 360. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got 1 and 2 and 3. Yes, sir. I was a big fan of Dance Central. So we can. So yeah. I ain't gonna. Hey man, I ain't gonna hold you on that. Yes, sir.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. That's your game. You play your game. Yeah.
So you telling me that you wasn't into Dance Central? That you think there's something wrong to be into Dance Central?
Hey,
Come on, man. Dance Central was cold.
I'm not knocking it. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock nobody that like Dance Central. I know you was on there in the front saying you know what I'm saying? You was cranking that.
I was doom. Yeah, I'm too old now to be you and like that now. We played it. We played it like last year, like I think on Thanksgiving. I played it with my kids, and at her time, my daughter's boyfriend, and we was playing it, and yeah, I was trying to do the you, and I did it, but yeah, no, I was like, my body said no. So yeah,
hey, those type of games right there, man. That's like it's like for having like a gathering at your crib or whatever, and have that type of fun. Those type of games.
Yeah.
Even that.
Yeah, that's why I talk about Lips.
Lip sync, let's sing. That's for like having people like having a little gathering and y'all can play that type of game.
Yeah,
Just Dance. You know what I'm saying? So like those type of games. But I'm always going to say this: Just Dance. That should be a Nintendo exclusive. I'm going to keep it real. And the reason why
I know that they yeah.
No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. The reason why you said why you said that? What was the reason?
No, it's the reason why is because like I still can't wrap my mind of how can you actually play that game on the Xbox and PlayStation, whereas like the Xbox Series X don't have the Connect on it at all, and then PlayStation, only way you could definitely play it. Really, I still don't know how you can play it on PS5, but to this day, they still making Just Dance on the Wii itself. You dig? So
yeah.
I like that should just be a Nintendo exclusive, Just Dance. Like Let's Sing, I could see it more on PlayStation and Nintendo. I still can't see how you can play it on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to connect on the Series X. You have to go back to the Xbox One to play it, honestly. But I can't see how you can play it on.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my
mind. That is true. So, yeah, there has to be something. Yeah, and I do hate the fact that you cannot go back and play you can't go back and connect to the Series X or the Series S. That to me is crazy. But anyway, okay, so there's 2 more games, right? Like, okay, I really liked Biomutant. I don't know if you ever got a chance to play it. I
Oh
remember
man,
when that's when I went to when I went to B3
yeah.
and I was sitting there and that was one of the first developers that I sat there and got to talk to and I played that game.
Hmm.
And I was like, yo, and he kept asking me like, what did I think? Well, it was like three of them. It was two guys and a lady. And and shout out to them. Like they they was listening to my points of view. It was me and Bloody Knuckles that was playing it. And like I would love to see a part two. I don't think the game really sold very well, and that's unfortunate because I thought the game had a lot of cool stuff in it.
Hmm.
But I would love to see another Biomutant. That would be a big surprise for me if they would drop that. And then another game that okay, well there's two, but okay,
Okay, okay.
Elix, Elix is okay. But I for some reason it's one of those games that is not very good, but I really enjoy. I like Elix, and I really do like Desperado. So I'm hoping that there might be a Desperados 4 because I like those kind of RTS games. But Elix is just a bad game that I want to see a third, and they could put the things that they missed out in one, and then the good things they added in with two, and
Mhm.
then combined it and make it a better playing experience in three. I want a third Elix just because. But anyway, that's just me. But those are the games. So
I can see what you're saying about Biomutant. And Biomutant was one of them games that you see the potential in it, and you know that it does its justice. Because I beat that game. I played that game. I put probably about
mhm.
dang near 100 hours into that game because I was just going through everything, trying to get every single thing in the game. And that was
Oh
like one of them
yes.
ones. That was one of them ones. Desperados, I'm not into RTS games. That's not my style. Elix, I never played. I
Mhm.
heard that game was bad to the bone. Like I'm talking about bad, bad, not good, bad, but bad, bad. Because it's
Elix 2 it's bad, but I just see Elix 1 was bad, but it had
yeah,
cool shit to it. Elix 2 is just bad, but there's other cool things to, and I'm like, just give me one more. Just give me one more. And I bet you it's going to be dope.
mhm.
Because it's right there on just being a game that could take off and become a cult classic. I don't think it'll ever be a game that will sell like hotcakes, but
Yeah,
I just want another Elix. I want another Elix.
yeah,
And and
that's
and I'm promoting a bad game, but so make sure if you find Elix, make sure it's like free somewhere or it's like
yeah.
like $5.99 or something. Don't waste too much money on Elix too.
Nah, facts. Oh yeah, and Yobi said, "Yep, dark and gritty. Focus on the last turtle alive." Michelangelo. Yeah, that's facts. That we definitely want to see. That, but also there's another game
Yeah.
that I hope that they do because THQ got the rights to it now. I want them
Mhm.
to do a sequel or a reboot. I realize you want a sequel to the Kingdom of MLR game. You know what I'm saying? They definitely, because like I love the game. When I did play it like on the
Yeah.
PlayStation 3, I had the PS3
Mhm.
version of the game. But what I loved about it was it had a good story. You could see there was a lot of potential there. It wasn't the best game, but it was potential there. Then they re-released it, and it was pretty much the same game rehashed into it. But if they were to go back to it, you know what I'm saying, get the right people behind it, right, writers for the game, and create a phenomenal game, then that game will have legs to stand on. You dig what I'm saying? Like I hope they would do something with Kingdom
Mhm.
of MLR because that would do wonders. But like I said, if THQ and them would do this justice, I would say get their rights for Midway Games and have a subsidiary studio behind THQ Nordic, but Midway Games and let NetherRealm. I mean, go like let WB buy out NetherRealm or NetherRealm buy out their contracts and go to THQ. But we have a fire
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat games and fire Shaolin Monks and all the other stuff too. That'd be fire. You dig? But anyways, I digress. But THQ Nordic showcases in August. I think August 8th or August 9th, one of the two. That we definitely going to be streaming it. I want to see what they're going to be bringing to the table. So far from what I've been playing with Gothic One remake, I give it high praise. I give it like a 5 out of 5 all day.
Yeah.
A phenomenal game. Gameplay is phenomenal. Like when you start, nigga, if you weak as hell, one hit you gone. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you fighting against wolves, one bite you gone. You did. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get strong in that game. You feel me? Like the best. I'm gonna give y'all advice if you
Mhm.
haven't played the game because the reviews dropping this week. Matter of fact, because I'm at the end of Gothic, right? So
Man, it looks good. The more and more I keep seeing stuff, I'm like, oh,
yeah, it's definitely a phenomenal game. One thing I advise people to do is like do side missions early on, and when you go to these different camps, let the people fight for you so you can like level up fast. And automatically, like when you join a camp, try to find the strongest armor fast because you become indestructible in the game. So that's what my advice is when y'all like starting the game. And then like just try to do as many side missions as you possibly can because you get your XP up fast like that. And just I'm gonna tell you like this here. One thing I learned about the game is when you start out the game, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got no dodging abilities. You ain't got nothing. When you attack with one sword, with one handed sword, you weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? You really got to pay close attention. You really got to pay attention to the story. You got to pay attention to your surroundings. That game does not hold your hand whatsoever. If y'all play games like Hell is Us, because Hell is Us, that game doesn't hold your hand. You really got to figure that game out to the core. You dig?
oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when it
And
comes,
that game is on sale right now, for $17
yeah, and
on
Hell,
Xbox.
I know you. I think you did say you did play Hell is Us if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it on PC, but I was like, you know what? I'm over here looking at game sales right now, and I'm over here debating about this one particular game. But keep going. I'm sorry.
no, you good, you good. But Gothic 1 remake, man, it's that game. It's not game of the year, no, not by a long shot. But the game is going to be up there for hidden gem, and I can't wait to when they drop that sequel because that game is actually 101, man. THQ right now, THQ to me is better than EA as far as like games outside of sports games right now because they be coming with it when it comes to their games.
Hey,
Only, you know,
I probably can agree with that. I probably can agree with that.
you
I
know.
probably can agree with that.
I mean, but not
Mhm.
it doesn't have the like the best games. Like okay, what that game that came out last year? Outlanders or Outlander one or two. I forgot the name of the game. You like it?
Outlanders is tough. Oh yeah, I went in on Outlanders. Me, Don. I think I wonder if Yobi did come in and play with us. Oh man, we had a posse, man. I had we had people always coming in and jumping in and playing. I loved that game. When we went back, played the DLC. Oh yeah, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you ever want to go and play it, you know what I'm saying. We can do it. We can run it. I'll run it back.
No, facts. But like I said though, man, THQ right now they're doing a phenomenal job. They're doing like what EA is not doing right now. That's coming out with a multi different diverse lineup of games, and that's why I'm excited for THQ Nordic and see what they're going to be bringing out in August. We know they got a lot of showcases and stuff like that, so I'm definitely looking forward to these showcases. But at the end of the day, we coming to the end of the Gamer Section podcast. You did what I'm saying, and again, K Mega had confirmed earlier we do have a community night coming up. This coming Sunday after the Gamer Section podcast. Sinister's gonna be back, and we're gonna be playing Halo 5. I know we rusty as hell, so you know what I'm saying. Mega ain't carrying nobody. We all gonna be hold our own. You know what I mean? And like I said, I ain't no
We're
slouch.
gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do what we gotta do to win the whole thing. Yeah, you dig? And we want to game with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Let us know y'all gamer tag. We'll add y'all and we'll just game with y'all. We're gonna be live streaming on Twitch. I know K Mega will live stream on his channel. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, we're gonna have a ball playing the games. Maybe we want to try to do more frequent community nights to play with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We might do some sports nights. We're gonna try to do one with NBA to run. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure we all be playing NBA to run, and then Division Two, and yeah, and rent. Dang it, even Megan baby forget the name. Resident Two. You know what I'm saying? We might
Revenant, yeah,
yeah,
Revenant.
Revenant Two. I'm sorry, we'll be playing that online. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I maxed out on Revenant Two. I ain't gonna lie to you, I maxed out. I played that game through.
Really? Yeah.
You know how many times I beat the game and start over the game, and beat the game and start over the game.
Oh, I didn't do that. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I got some hours in, but not like that. So you're gonna have to so you're gonna have to hold me down.
Nah, Yobi said I was about to stop by FNS the other week, but y'all was talking politics, and I stayed up. We don't look. I'm gonna just say that we don't really talk politics on here. We just speaking the piece on our piece on the situation.
Well, no, he was talking about fight night. He was talking about fight night.
Oh, because y'all talking about politics. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Somebody was bringing up about politics, and I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to start talking about it. But yeah, I didn't talk about it last week. He was talking about the other week. Yeah, I went in on it.
Yeah. Like I said, we all
me and somebody was listeners was talking about it.
Yeah, like I said, we all got our opinion
So
about
no heavy politics tonight. No heavy politics tonight.
no, like I said, K Meg is gonna do Fight Night Sunday for y'all. Me, I'm gonna be playing the game that I got to review, which I'm not saying what it is, because the game's not out yet. But eventually, I'll end up in Fight Night Sunday. We'll have a long gaming session on Fight Night Sunday. We're gonna see who's the better man in fighting games. He gonna say it's him, and I'm gonna say it's me. So we're gonna see whatever fight game it is. We'll let y'all know down the road. But right now, y'all stay tuned for community night. That's this upcoming Sunday after the GamerSection podcast. If y'all don't have the Twitch, the link will be in the description below. We're gonna definitely be streaming some Halo 5. You know what I'm saying? I might get mollywopped a few times, but I have to shake off the rush. And I know K Mega got to shake off the rush, and I know Sinister got to shake off the rush. So it's gonna be Liddy in the city. We might do a community night Saturday night too. We don't know. I know for 4th of July we might do that too. We might play some on Saturday too. We'll see how everything go. We'll let y'all know.
If I'm home Saturday night, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be out in the belt, boy.
Yeah,
or when the time I come home, am I sober enough?
this man gonna be litty in the city. I ain't gonna lie to you. He gonna be very litty in the city, but
real litty in the city for sure.
Yeah, so we already know how he coming, but we'll see. We'll see if we can do 2 nights of community night back to back. We'll see. If not, we'll just do community night on Sunday, but it's definitely gonna be Sunday after the podcast, and we definitely gonna be playing some Halo 5, and it's gonna be litty. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun, man. Hell, we're gonna be on there for a while. You dig what I'm saying? And if anybody want to come game with us, man, come game with us, man. We're gonna just talk gaming and stuff like that. We leaving the fanboyism out of it, even though we all got to prefer console choice, but we're gonna try our best to leave the fanboyism out of it, and we're gonna be talking gaming, probably talk the music. I know tonight they talking about the BET Awards. We might end up talking about that. We might end up talking about what's going on with BET as they restructuring it and trying to go back to the roots of what made BET good again. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, you never know what we're going to talk about on community night. We just want to have fun playing games with y'all, man, and enjoy gaming, man. Because at the end of the day, though, man, it's all about having fun. If you are an individual that comes into the chat and be miserable, man, take that somewhere else, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't ruin it for everybody, man. Let's have fun, talk gaming, and play games together. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. You dig?
No doubt. I got one more thing to say before we get out of here. So there's only 1 day left of the 50% off Game Pass sale. The RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business is $15 right now.
Yep.
And Mind's Eye, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever wanted to get the opportunity to see about Mind's Eye, I heard it's so much better on now after a bunch of updates. I don't know. They said there's a bunch of updates, and I'm over here looking at it. It's only $17.49 right now. You got 1 day left before they go ahead. I'm over here. I mean, I got it on PC, and so I'm like, this probably wouldn't be a good idea. For what I played in Mind's Eye, I just was waiting for an update, so I might got to get back on. I was not hating it. I was enjoying it. So I don't know, but I think I need to get on this unfinished business. And I finally got in one game right here that had my eyes on, and I finally picked it up while we was doing the podcast. Is the and I might have to do that on a fight night. Where'd it go? All right, let me get out of here. Is the Bankai Blood Arena. Now, man. I've never watched anything. I've never seen any episodes of Bankai, but I do like this it's like a boxing game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like crazy.
It's kind of like Punch Out.
Yeah, it's like a crazy Punch Out. Like I was over there playing it last night, and I said, "Oh my God, this is nuts!" Like everybody, the characters that you fighting against, like I only fought against 2 characters, but like they can kick, do all types of crazy shit to you. But I picked it up, so I don't know. I might play this tonight for fight night. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Whatever.
Hey, you might
But
as
fight
well.
night will be tonight. Come and
You
check us
talking
out.
about it? I see you talking about. You might as well play it. That might should be the game anyway, so we can see you rage. What the hell, man? Come on, man.
Right, because it was not easy when I was playing. I was like, yo. So anyway, yeah. So we might do that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, man, as always. Really do appreciate it. And hope everybody, you know what I'm saying, like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you check out make sure you check out the man's content. Subscribe to Sinister's channel. Come and catch your boy K Mega 405 at my channel. All that, man. All that.
Yeah, follow me on all the social medias. Like follow me personally at Kano Gamer. I mean Kano Honest Gamer. Y'all can talk to me gaming if y'all want to talk music and everything else. That's on Real Kano on all social medias. But if y'all want to find out like the latest in all gamer section news and everything and what's going on with us and as far as content and all this other stuff, follow us on all the social medias at TheGamerSection. And make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. You know, that like button and the subscribe button, it helps us out a lot, man, because these subscribers, once we build, we get more things in order for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to give y'all the best of the best, including the upcoming documentary, you know what I'm saying, that's in production right now as we speak. You dig what I'm saying? And it's about to be litty in the city, man. It's going to be a real special documentary, man. And we're going to be doing that like once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to burn out on just doing constant documentaries. So we're going to make it a special moment each of the documentaries that we actually do. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, man. It's in production right now as we speak, and it's about to be litty in the city. You heard me? Y'all just make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. You got the narrator right there, K Mega right there. He's narrating it. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, it's gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all definitely support us, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. We on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We're almost there. You dig what I'm saying? And like I said, y'all subscribe. Every time y'all subscribe, it helps us. Every time y'all like, it helps us. You feel what I'm saying? Being in the algorithm, because you know the YouTube algorithm is crazy as hell. But just like, subscribe, share. You dig what I'm saying? And come gaming with us. You know, community day next week, man. It's about to be lit in the city. You hear me? On that note, man, we out. Until next time, deuces.
Peace.
Choose your fighter. Lightning inspired.